And good afternoon to you. Welcome to high school football on Central Illinois Sports. We're live from Petersburg, PORTA this afternoon for this afternoon's contest even, between the Pittsfield Sockies and the PORTA AC Blue Jays. Good afternoon to you. I'm Charlie Holt. John's alongside this afternoon as well. This is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. And we work to get everything adjusted here as we're sitting literally on top of the press box at PORTA, right next to the booming sound system here. So we'll do our best to compete with that sound throughout the day. But this afternoon's contest features the Sockies at 0-7 and the Blue Jays at 0-7. PORTA's on a 22-game losing streak. The Sockies are on an 8-game losing streak, so something has to give here today. We'll talk more about the matchup on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show next on Central Illinois Sports.
Wish you had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Did you know that Prairie Land FS doesn't just sell seed? They treat it and box it right here at one of their local facilities, then deliver it to your farm or fields. Growers trust Prairie Land FS to deliver top-performing crop protection products that promise the best performance before, during, and after the growing season. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice.
Hey, West Central Illinois, are you looking for a great deal on a vehicle? Well, at Westtown Ford, we have a lot full of vehicles. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. We've got them all, and a lot of them at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville.
I am Shelley Brinicke. I'm a lifelong resident of Pike County. Pike County is a part of me, and I am distressed by the serious clerical and financial issues of the county right now. These clerical issues affect all county residents. It will take transparent communication and hard work to solve them. As county clerk, I would research, learn, and know the duties of the office. I'm conscientious, meticulous, and dedicated. I believe Pike County deserves the best in their elected officials, and that best can only come from a servant heart. Vote Shelley Brinicke for Pike County Clerk.
Paid for by Shelley Brinicke for Pike County Clerk.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. The Pittsfield Sockies and the PORTA AC Blue Jays this afternoon on a cooler afternoon here at Petersburg, PORTA. But the sun is shining overhead and the wind's not blowing 25 miles an hour, so we are ahead of where we were at this point last year.
A big round of applause for our football seniors.
If you're wondering, the PA system does work well here at PORTA, so good to see that as well. The lines are fairly straight on the football field, and it is a nice Week 8 atmosphere for two teams, John, that is, put it plainly, haven't had a lot of success this season.
Yeah, they neither one have had wins so far, and both looking for their first one. Somebody's going to come out with one tonight or today.
PORTA's last win came in 2019, a 26-14 win against Pittsfield, ironically. And the Sockies, after they fell in Week 9 last year, have lost 7 in a row, so they're on an 8-game losing streak. PORTA on a 22-game losing streak. And this PORTA outfit, John, and they kind of run an old-school style of offense. They're going to be in the wishbone most of the time. They're going to line up foot to foot and just try to pound the ball right at you and dominate the clock. If you're Pittsfield, that means you have to be very efficient on the offensive side, which is something that has not been a forte for the most part this season for the Sockies.
Yeah, that's definitely been true. The Sockies have just not been able to move the ball kind of in general at times during this season. And, we need to see Blaine Elliott come out and run the ball like he did in that second half last week and really come out and do that for a whole game, get a couple hundred yards in a game and see what happens.
The Sockies won the matchup last year here by a touchdown in a 14-8 game, a game that Pittsfield actually was on, I think, second and goal near an interception, and then PORTA got the ball, and Pittsfield's defense had to hold. The thing about it is the way PORTA runs the offense, and we'll hear it when we talk with Socky head coach Zach Ferguson in just a few moments on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. You're going to have to be efficient offensively because you may only get 4, 5, maybe 6 possessions in the contest if PORTA is able to execute offensively.
Yeah, I think if you're Pittsfield and you could come out, figure out a way to score on your first couple of possessions, that really puts PORTA in a tough spot just because their offense does intentionally take a long time to get the ball down the field.
So we got a little bit of a preview on Thursday night in the freshman game. The young Sockies won that contest 42-8. So a little bit of a blueprint. Obviously, the varsity level, not the same as the freshman level, but a little bit of a blueprint that if you could get ahead by a couple of scores, it is not an offense that's going to score, as you said, very quickly. We'll pause for a timeout on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Locations in Pittsfield, Berry, Liberty, and now Hannibal, Missouri. Great Rivers Bank. Let them help you with all of your banking needs. Great CD rates right now to make an investment in, and they can help you with your next loan needs as well. It's Great Rivers Bank. We pause for a timeout here. Back with more after this on Central Illinois Sports.
Hi, this is Clint Weir. As a law enforcement officer, you trust me every day to fight for justice and seek the truth. You trust me to serve your family and your friends with compassion and understanding. And most importantly, you trust me to lead Pike County with grace and dignity. Now I'm asking you to trust me once again. My little brother, Gage, is running for Pike County Treasurer. As Treasurer, Gage will continue to fight for transparency and fairness to ensure that Pike County continues to be the best place to live and raise a family. You put your trust in me to serve my community. Now I'm asking you to trust my little brother, Gage Weir, to continue a legacy of quality and excellence. Vote Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer this November.
Paid for by Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer.
Illini Community Hospital is committed to providing high-quality specialty care close to home. We are pleased to welcome Dr. William Severino, urologist, and Dr. Mark Mount, ear, nose, and throat physician, to the consulting physician clinic team at the Castile Center. Specialty care is also provided for orthopedics, cardiology, podiatry, obstetrics, oncology, and more. Learn more by visiting IlliniHospital.org or call 217-285-2113, extension 3950 to schedule an appointment.
The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517. Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com. Call Best Systems Builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full-service insulation contractor offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate, or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today.
Back with you live on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. Week 8 of the football season. It means there's a lot of folks who are working toward that postseason run. In this Sangamo Conference, John, the conference basically already decided as Maroa beat Williamsville last week 24-20, so Maroa Forsyth will be the conference champion. Williamsville obviously will be a playoff team, and after that it gets kind of interesting. There's still some games left to be played that could determine on who may or may not make the playoffs. Stanford Olympia, New Berlin,
Athens.
Athens probably a pretty solid bet there, but Stanford Olympia, New Berlin, maybe even a Pleasant Plains still kind of in the mix, but would have to have some things fall their way.
Yeah, it's definitely a competitive conference this year. I would say, honestly, more than it maybe has been in a few years, as I don't feel like there's quite as much separation between the Williamsvilles and Maroas and everybody else as there has been in the past, where they were kind of, I mean, they're still the clear best teams in the conference, but I don't think they're quite as good as maybe they have been the last few.
Got a chance to go over and watch Decatur St. Teresa and Shelbyville play last night. Shelbyville appears to be a team that would fall into the 1A side of things in the postseason. St. Teresa fairly solidly on the 2A side, and I can just tell you right now, after watching that St. Teresa outfit, they're in a program that not a lot of 2A teams are going to be real excited to play.
My senior year, we played Shelbyville in the 3A playoffs. Charlie, isn't that crazy?
Yep, times definitely have changed, and population is dwindling in this great state of Illinois, and I'm not sure why, but there might be some contributing factors. Here it's the Pittsfield Sockies and the PORTA AC Blue Jays. PORTA AC going to be in the camo uniforms today. So hopefully all the numbers match up. That's all we ever really hope for. If not, we'll make up names.
With the very shiny, we're going to use presidents' names today, if we're making up names. And the helmets for PORTA AC have a very shiny piece to them that is making it kind of hard to look at them today.
It is definitely a little bright in the sun as the sun is shining overhead. There are some clouds in the sky, but for the most part, not too bad here on this 15th day of October. We pause for a timeout on the Great River Spank pregame show. We'll visit with Socky head coach Zach Ferguson next.
Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy is your headquarters for quality used vehicles. Shop their 439 North 3rd location Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 2. Check out their inventory of WilliamsAutoSalesQuincy.com or call Tony the Truck Guy at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy, wishing the Panthers the best of luck this year. Give them a call at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales. Abney Home Improvement is a family-owned company with Christian values. We have a passion for helping our customers find the best products at a great price. We understand making a large purchase of windows and doors for your home is a big investment. Our mission is to be completely upfront with you. We have built our business on trust and reputation. We depend on our customers to refer us to friends and family for their home improvement needs. Call 573-221-0886. We finish what we start with quality for you. Abney Home Improvement's 100% satisfaction is what we build our business on.
If you're near retirement or thinking about retiring, you probably have questions. How do you make your savings last? How much should you take out and when? You're ready for retirement, but are your finances? Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Derek Harris, can help you build a strategy to help your finances keep up with your needs over the long haul. You've done what it takes to get there. Now it's time to make the most of retirement. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois for a face-to-fact appointment. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Carlson, and Brad Wellman, Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you. Few things compare to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852.
Visiting with Socky head coach Zach Ferguson. Coach, a PORTA team that, they haven't won a game yet on the season, but they still present some problems with the way they run their offense. They really like to control that clock if they can.
Yeah, and we, like last year, I think we only had 5-6 possessions the whole game, and we ended up scoring on 3 of them. What this style they do, it just limits the options you have as far as typical game. You get 8 to 10 drives, where against them, if they're moving the ball well, you may only get 4 or 5. So I talked to the kids. We're going to have to be really sharp on offense to really give us a chance to. If we can get ahead, we've set ourselves up pretty well.
It's one of those teams as well. We get to play them on their homecoming again this year. They're going to be fired up, trying to get that first win, just like you guys are. It could be a battle here today.
Oh, I think it's going to be a good game. I think personally, it's going to come down to who can get the momentum first and take care of the ball, because with the type of offense they run, I mean, even if you play really good defense, they're still going to get 2 or 3 yards of carry. just because of how they run in, and how many guys they have in the box. So we're gonna have our work cut out for us, and I think the kids know that.
One of the key things today could be special teams. Your special teams unit, really on the punt side, kickoff side, has done pretty well this year.
Right.
You're still looking for one of those touchdowns. That could be a big key here today.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like our special teams overall have done well. We've gotten to the point now where teams aren't really wanting to kick it deep. Matthew has done a really good job with returns. I think he's getting us to about the 40, 45 yard line. So, we're going to have to, catch a break on special teams, and we're going to have to continue to play good special teams on punt and kickoff, which our kids have done a good job with.
Another thing that's going to be key today is limiting some of those little mistakes, especially those holding penalties, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and that's, it's always funny to me because teams like, the team where PORTA with the offense they run, they'll hardly ever get called for holding, even though, it happens. But, the style of offense we run, where there's more space and you can see more, there tends to be a little more holdings called. So we actually worked quite a bit on that this week of how to, moving our feet, making it, where can't really be a holding call. And, I think our kids last week, the issue was they were trying to get to do the right thing, but then they, weren't quite in the right position to do it. So they've had a good week of practice, offensive line, defensive, everybody has had a pretty good week. So it's just see what's going to happen.
Due to some things that happened in last week's game, you're a man down. All that means is it's somebody else's time to maybe step up and try to win a position.
Yeah, Tucker Cook's going to step into that role this week, and I think he feels pretty comfortable with what he needs to do, especially with what we're going to be doing versus their defense. So, I'm very confident Tucker's going to have a good game, and I'm not concerned with that change. Yeah, missing Jaron is, that's a big body with who played really well last week, and but it's kind of the next guy up, and we got to just keep working.
On the offensive side, last week we talked after the game. There were some huge improvements on the running side of the game. Not that the passing game wasn't good as well, but the running side, which has been a struggle the whole year, you're hoping to kind of continue that momentum.
Yeah, I felt like we had a lot more balance last week than we had in previous weeks. Where in the previous weeks we kind of just had to abandon our running game and kind of just throw the ball to be able to move the ball. And last week I felt like we could throw the ball when we wanted, but didn't have to throw the ball as much as we had in the past. So I'm hoping that continues this week. Depending on how they line up against us, they may force us to throw the ball a little more than we want to, but it's also just kind of how well our line continues to develop, and also hopefully Lane has that motor that he had last week.
I got to thinking a little bit about your kids who are seniors and juniors. I believe, if I'm correct, your kids who are seniors didn't get the opportunity to play at the freshman level their freshman year. Your kids who are juniors really didn't have much of a JV season because of the COVID season. So, really you start looking at the number of actual games they've played, and it's fairly limited.
Yeah, besides our sophomores and freshmen this year, they've never had a full season, or they've never had a full schedule where we're playing 3 different levels. So, as said, for a lot of those juniors, besides a couple, and even some of those seniors, they don't have as many games played as some of the other teams we play against because of the lack of a freshman or a JV team. So, as I said, I'm proud of our kids. They come to practice every day. We haven't had any issues with, it's hard to stay motivated when you're 0-7. So, and they've come to practice. They've worked hard. They've had a good time. We've, really kind of cranked up the physicality and let them play a little bit. And it's been very competitive practices, so I'm happy with what I've seen.
And I think the follow-up to that is the fact that your now freshmen and sophomores have had those opportunities, and that's how you start to build that program to the point you want it to be.
Well, and then that's like last year, we had a freshman schedule and a JV schedule. Our freshmen were 5-3, 5-2, something like that, and our JV was 1-5, 1-6, and then you carry that over to this year where our freshmen are 6-1 and our JV is 4-1. The success tends to trend upwards. So when you get those players a chance to play, and they can, really, they don't have to play above their level, and they don't have to play kids who are, varsity, what we're doing with our sophomores. And it also allows us, the kids who aren't playing varsity, to get quality reps in the game, whether it be JV or freshman, so that growth continues to develop. So we're on the right track. I know, it's frustrating for everyone involved to be 0-7, but at the end of the day, it's about, also more than just wins and losses, and we're feel like we're on the right track as a team. We feel like we're on the right track as a coaching staff, and I think the program is headed in the right direction. I think the wins are going to follow here pretty quickly.
That's Socky head coach Zach Ferguson on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We're back with starting lineups after this.
Did you know that PCRE Real Estate and Auction now offers a full-service auction alternative? Farmland, residential real estate, commercial real estate, estates, guns, antiques, farm equipment, and commercial equipment are a few examples that the experienced auction team is ready to assist you with. Our team can make the auction experience less stressful and smooth. Check out our next auctions at our new auction location at 500 Piper Lane in Pittsfield, or call 217-430-2985 and speak with Jason Duke to learn more.
It's time to say Pepsi, please, at your local county market. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market, your best value for delicious drinks to get ready for every game. Stop by your local county market to pick up your favorite Pepsi products today. Stock up for your next family get-together. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market for the best price around on all your Pepsi products. You love them and they've got them at County Market. Stop by today and say, Pepsi, please, at your local county market. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC. Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family.
Back with you on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. The Sockies and the Blue Jays preparing for this afternoon's matchup. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. They're brought to you in part by Illini Express, here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. Open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every Monday through Saturday. You'll find Illini Express on the south side of the square in Pittsfield. Learn more about all of their services by visiting IlliniHospital.org. Well, for the Pittsfield Sockies today, Dax Nutter starts at the center spot. He's a 5'9", 240-pound sophomore. At the guards will be Ethan Thompson, a 5'11", 165-pound senior, and Tucker Cook, a 5'8", 185-pound sophomore. The tackles this afternoon are Cordell McKee, a 6', 210-pound sophomore, and Tracer Mowen, a 6'1", 210-pound junior. At the wideout spots this afternoon for the Sockies, Eli Leonard, a 5'9", 170-pound senior. Connor Allen, a 6'2", 185-pound junior. Justin Pinnock, a 6'1", 140-pound junior. And Jeremiah Jackson, a 5'11", 150-pound senior. Laney Elliott starts in the backfield, coming off of a 100-plus yard rushing effort last week. He's a 5'10", 180-pound senior playing the running back position, and the quarterback is Javen Petty, the 5'10", 150-pound junior for the Sockies. For the PORTA AC Blue Jays, up front today, they'll start at center. Levi Bradley, a 5'8", 165-pound junior. The right guard is Tobin Taraski, a 6', 180-pound junior. And Logan Peterson is the right tackle. He's 5'10", 205 pounds, and a junior. Anybody that wants to be on the chain gang, they're looking for one more guy. Trey Schaub starts at left guard, a 6'2", 220-pound senior. And the left tackle is Vincent Mattia. He's a 6'1", 245-pound senior. At the wideout positions this afternoon, Mitchell Horn. Horn is a 5'9", 160-pound senior, and Cameron McCoy, a 6'3", 165-pound junior. The halfbacks are Hunter Stroop. He's 5'10", 165 pounds, and a junior. And Declan Larrickers, he's a 5'7", 160-pound senior. Caden Christensen is the fullback. He's 6'2", 210 pounds, and a senior, and is a load. And the quarterback is Bryson Schatzik. He is a 6', 140-pound junior. Good numbers for this PORTA squad. They had 31 freshmen I counted on their roster, so good things coming on the numbers side of things for this PORTA AC organization that has just had some trouble coming up with wins here in the last couple of years. They're on a 22-game losing streak, but trying to break that this afternoon as they play host to the Sockies. We pause for our final break on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We'll kick it off next from Petersburg, PORTA.
When you think of fall, what comes to mind besides pumpkins, honey, and football? How about fertilizer? Studies show more than 1/3 of your crop's yield is determined by fertilizer alone. Studies also show as much as 40% potassium and 30% phosphate gets tied up in stalks and residue, as well as high clay content. Nutrient Ag Solutions recommends Titan, which is an innovative fertilizer catalyst designed for use with dry fertilizer blends. Titan will keep nutrients from being tied up and increase fertilizer availability in your crop. Titan is a low-cost option to improve crop fertility. Contact your nutrient crop consultant today. Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC has been in business since 1995. Brian Dickut Trucking offers hauling of liquid and dry fertilizer, grain, rock, feed, lime, with local and long-distance hauling. Brian Dickut Trucking is located at 1878 East 2100 Street, Camp Point. Call them at 217-257-8302. That's 257-8302. Long dumps, short dumps, hoppers, and tanks. When you need it hauled, trust the experts at Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC in Camp Point. They deliver. Trucks LLC will be located this fall in the new building at 14 East Industrial Park Drive in Pittsfield. Call 217-922-0044. Diesel repair service offering 24-hour roadside repair, mobile service units, semi-truck and trailers, farm and ag equipment, DOT inspections, hydraulic hose repair, anything diesel, we can come to you along the road in the field or at your shop. It's Trucks. Call 217-922-0044. That's 217-922-0044.
Welcome back on Central Illinois Sports from the loud top of the press box at PORTA.
Today's defensive starters for your PORTA AC Blue Jays.
The Blue Jays are in the camel uniforms with the dark numbers and gray pants. The Sockies are in the road white uniforms with the red numbers and red pants here this afternoon.
52, Jason Powell.
Hopefully they found another guy for the chain gang. They were still looking for him about 3 minutes ago.
Looks like they've got 3 guys today.
That's enough, I guess.
And a linebacker, 21.
Today's contest is brought to you in part by Trucks LLC. For all of your diesel repair needs, call Trucks. Trucks is currently operating with mobile services only at this time as their new building is being constructed in the industrial park in Pittsfield. Trucks looks forward to helping the local communities with all of their diesel needs. Call Trucks 217-922-0044. And be sure to like Trucks on Facebook. It's TRUX Trucks.
I was really hoping David Forsh would get to be on the visiting chain gang today too, but
well, we just averted tragedy. Coach Bogotsky was able to fit through with his book bag and everything on the top of the press box, so he's up here today as well.
He didn't fall through the hole.
Give it time. Give it time. Stranger things have happened.
Don't hold on to that back fence. It's probably going to fall down at any moment.
Yeah, OSHA, please don't come and shut it down today. All right, it is a beautiful afternoon for football here from Petersburg, PORTA. And we're expecting a competitive contest here today. The Sockies will receive the opening kickoff. And kicking off for PORTA looks to be Isaac Eppenshield.
67, Isaac Espenshield,
excuse me. He's a 5'7", 295-pound senior.
For the Sockies.
I'm going to guess he's not the safety valve, Charlie.
You never know, John. Edwards back deep for the Sockies, just about ready to kick it off here. 2 minutes before the top of the 1 o'clock hour, and the kick is in the air, headed toward the sideline, going to be off of one of the Sockies men and loose and recovered by PORTA, it looks like here. PORTA thinks they have the football, and the referee says they do. So it hit off of one of the Sockies up men and Jesse Davidsmeyer, and then bounced free. And PORTA able to get some momentum early in this contest. They'll be 1st and 10 from the Socky 39-yard line. Not what they referred to as an ideal start. 11:56 to play in the opening period. Here comes the Blue Jays offense to the field, led by Bryson Schatzik, the 6', 140-pound junior. They really like this junior class at PORTA. You know, they haven't been able to pick up a win yet on the season. They have seen some improvements at all levels, and that's what they're hoping to do, is just keep on improving until those wins start to take care of themselves.
You could sure see they were probably not going to kick the ball deep there, but
3 seconds on the play clock as Schatzik's under center with the wishbone behind him. Hands it off to the deep back this time. Caught and still trying to drive forward. Gets a gain down to the 35-yard line to Larrickers. A gain of 4 on the play. It brings up a second down and 6.
He was tackled by number 40, Lane Elliott.
Elliott in on the tackle. If you can't hear it on the...
Yeah, you don't have to repeat it. You'll be able to hear him all afternoon. 2nd and 6 for the Blue Jays from the Saki 35. If you joined us late, Pittsfield fumbled away the opening kickoff on a little bit of a pop-up kick. Probably one of those things you could have just.
If you let it go, I think it goes out. If you let it go, I think it goes out of bounds too. It was headed right for the sideline.
Could just call for a fair catch and catch
True.
it too. Single receiver out to the right-hand side. Quarterback in the pistol here with 3 backs behind him in the backfield. Calls for the snap. Hands off to Christensen.
Fumble.
It's on the ground, and the Sakis have recovered a fumble. Draven Peterbo in on the fumble recovery, and what you giveth, some taketh away, and that's what happens here. And the Sakis take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line now with 11:04 to play in the first.
Fumble was recovered at the Saki 39-yard line. 1st and 10, Pittsfield.
The late, great Harry Waggy had a saying about things that started this way. Sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe. 2 receivers to either side. Petty's in the gun. Looks to the sideline for the play call from his head coach, Zach Ferguson. Standing in the backfield just to his left is Elliott. Petty takes a snap, hands it to Elliott left side. Bounces off of a couple of men at the 40, looking to get outside. Taken down near the 41-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8.
Handoff was to number 40, Lane Elliott. Tackle made by 21.
2nd and 8 for the Sakis here as they
2-yard run.
Took it back after giving it away.
41-yard line, 2nd and 8. Pittsfield.
2 receivers to the right, Allen and Jackson. Here's Petty, back to pass, looking for Connor Allen on the flats, has him there at the 45. Allen still on his feet, looking for more yardage, taken down near the 47-yard line, a gain of 6 yards on the play. And this will bring up a 3rd down and 2 for Pittsfield near midfield. You like that, didn't you?
Allen and Jackson, huh?
What's your favorite Allen Jackson song, John?
Charlie, you put me on the spot like that, I probably can't remember any Allen Jackson songs.
Can't name them all because all of them are his favorites. That's right.
If I think for a minute, I might be able to name one.
3rd and 2. Petty shouting some instructions to the receiver on the near side here. He stands 7 yards deep in the backfield in the deep shotgun set here. Puts Allen in motion right to left. Going to hand it off to the running back on the right side. This is McKee. McKee's got a 1st down, still on his feet. Inside Porta territory, down inside the 40, all the way down to the 35-yard line. A pickup on the play of 18 yards and a 1st and 10 for Pittsfield.
McKee with the biggest play of the game so far with that 18-yard run. First down of the afternoon for either team.
1st and 10 for the Sakis. Clock counting down here with, I think it says 9:35 to play in the first. It's red numbers on a black background with the sun shining on it. It's a little hard to see. Trips left, a single man is split wide to the right-hand side. Petty stands back near his own 40-yard line. Puts McKelvey Moore in motion. Going to hand it off again to McKee. This time running left, looking for running room and nothing there. He is spun down and going to take a loss on the play. They'll give him forward progress to the 37-yard line. A loss of 2 on the play brings up a 2nd down and 12.
Tackle made by 3, Bryson Shostak and 13.
And McKee just didn't have enough blocking that time along as he came around the end of the line and just not able to get anything forward.
Pittsfield.
Starting so deep did make it difficult for him that time, I felt like.
Petty looks to the sideline for the play call. Shouts out the instructions. Still plenty of time on the play clock. 8:47 and counting in the opening quarter. 2 receivers to either side. Puts Moore in motion. Going to hand it to him on the jet sweep. Trying to get the edge, and he has it. Breaks a tackle. 30, 20, 15, 10. One man to beat, and he will for a touchdown. McKelvey Moore takes it in on the jet sweep. John's favorite play of the season. A 37-yard touchdown scamper for McKelvey Moore. And the Sakis have the lead at the 8:33 mark of the first quarter. So a touchdown for Pittsfield early in this contest gives them a 6-0 advantage on the Trucks scoreboard. And they'll have Poor come on to try the extra point attempt here. Aiden Poor, the senior kicker. Jeremiah Jackson is the holder. Owen Shaw, the long snapper for Pittsfield.
Number 10, Aiden Poor.
8:33 to play here
point
in the first. Saki's on the board after a little bit of a fumble fest early by both squads. Poor's kick is up, and it
it's short.
The point is
fairly short and no good. It's 8:33 to play in the first. It's Pittsfield 6, Porta nothing.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you. Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield.
Saki's kickoff here. The man for PORTA will return it up to the 29-yard line.
It's number 10, Carly.
Return.
So first and 10 for PORTA from their own 29-yard line. 8:27 to play in the first. Pittsfield on top 6-0 on the Trucks LLC scoreboard.
Blue Jays take over at their own 30-yard line. First and 10, PORTA AC.
So a solid start to the day for Pittsfield on the offensive side.
Couple first downs and a touchdown. Missed the extra point, but up 6-0 right now.
PORTA yet to break the huddle here. They do come out quickly out of the huddle when they do break it. Single receiver to the left-hand side, single man to the right. Quarterback Shotzik hands it off to Christensen, bounces off the first tackler, upended here, up near the 34-yard line. A gain on the play of 5 yards. And it'll bring up a second down and 5. Second down and 5 yards to go, but a timeout going to be taken here by...
Injury timeout.
Who is it?
It looks like...
That's Weston McAllister.
Yeah, that is who it looks like. Maybe an ankle or a knee right now. He looks to be favoring a leg for sure.
He has had a little bit of an issue with that one knee this season, and you hate to see that for the senior. They'll get the trainer over to take a look at him. And the Sakis will check a different safety into the game as they do a little shifting around in the backfield. Looks like Edwards is checked in on the defensive side. Blue Jays second and 5 yards to go with 8:04 and counting in the first period. Shotzik is under center and wishbone formation behind him. Takes the snap, hands it off on the left-hand side. Ball carrier has a little hole there. He'll take it up near the 39-yard line.
And off the 42,
That's Larrickers. He'll take it to the 39, a gain of another 4 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
5-yard gain for Larrickers, brought down at the 39-yard line.
So 3rd and a yard to go here for the Blue Jays.
You
Not
can't
the
gain
Saki's first lead of the year. They actually led at New Berlin.
Yeah, for most of the first half.
7:30 and the clock ticking down in the first. Quick to the line here. Under center is Shotzi. Takes the snap, hands it off to Christensen, left side. Ooh, he was one tackle away from maybe having a big gain. He does gain enough for the first down up to the 46. So gain of 7 on the play, and that'll be a 1st and 10 for the Jays.
Christensen with 12 yards on 2 carries now, 6 yards a carry.
He was the kid last year that in the first half absolutely dominated both sides, really. He played well at the linebacker spot. He really carried for a bunch of yards on the offensive side, and then they sort of inexplicably quit giving him the ball in the second half. I don't know why. I couldn't believe it last year, and I still have a little trouble believing it. Single receiver to the left. Shotzik under center at the quarterback. Takes the snap, hands it off to Christensen, running left. Keeps his shoulders parallel to the ground up to the 49-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play. Called a 2nd and 7 yards to go here for the Blue Jays. Pike County Express has been serving the community with delivering good news each and every Wednesday since 1991. Check them out this Wednesday on a newsstand near you. It's the Pike County Express.
Christensen is a hard runner and definitely hard to bring down. Big, strong kid.
That he is. Almost halfway through this first quarter. 6-0 Pittsfield on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. PORTA's got the ball just shy of midfield here. Single receiver to the left and the wishbone behind Shotzik, the quarterback. Takes the snap, hands it off to the deep back this time. He's hit, and Elliott's going to take him down along with a host of Sakis. Peterbo in on that, as is Archer.
Going to give him about a yard there, looks like.
Larrickers going to gain a yard on the play, and it'll be up to the 50 for a 3rd and 6.
Blue Jays.
Larrickers 9 yards on 3 carries, 3 yards a carry now.
3rd down and 6 yards to go. Pittsfield's defense trying to get out the field here with just under 6 minutes to play in the opening quarter.
That 50's got a little jog to it, doesn't it, Charlie?
Yeah, it kind of dog legs toward this set of the hashes.
That's okay.
The man doing the painting didn't have his left shoe on. It's
50-ish.
All right. Yeah, 50 and a half. Now a little confusion as the Blue Jays come to the line. 5 seconds on the play clock. Shotzik under center, takes the snap. He fumbles the ball. It's loose, and there's a scramble for it again. Who's got it? It appears that PORTA has recovered, and it'll be 4th down. They'll lose a yard on the play, back to the 49, so it'll be a 4th down and 7 from their own 49.
Give Shotzik the 1 yard loss.
Yeah, I don't know who
Loss
really
of
came
1
up
yard on the play.
out of it there, but that play was one of those
4th and
times
7.
you could actually see one of the PORTA coaches running down the line like he maybe wanted to try to call a timeout. It was just very rushed.
They rushed up to the line. They weren't quite ready. The running backs wanted to come back to the huddle, and they didn't have time, and they probably should have called the timeout there.
So a 4th and 7 here just from midfield. And Shotzik is back to pass, looking across the middle. That is incomplete. No flags on the play here, and that'll be a turnover on down.
There's a flag on the play in the backfield, though, Charlie, so maybe maybe a roughing the passer. I'm not sure. I did not see it. Yep, roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer against the Sakis, so.
I mean, there was a man right on top of him as he threw the ball, but he was right there.
Clayton Wright under the game. He'll replace Tracer Mallon, who they called that on. And it'll be a 15-yard penalty, and the Sakis have
a first down.
Yep, they have a bad track record this year of kind of shooting themselves in the foot in some big moments.
Yeah, had the turnover on downs, would have had the ball right at the 50.
Where are they going to place the ball here, John?
Looks like about the 36.
After the penalty, the ball will be spotted at the Pittsfield 36-yard line.
So instead of getting the ball back at midfield, PORTA's got a fresh set of downs at the 37 as they move it back a yard.
They had it at the 36. The referee decided to move it a yard. I'm not sure why. The other man had already walked it off.
So that was 16 too many.
Ball spotted at the 37-yard line.
Said, I know his leg is just a little too long, and we got to walk it back a step.
1st and 10. Shotzik is under center at the wishbone behind him. Takes the snap, hands it out to the deep back this time. Man is taken down. That's Lerickers again.
The ball carrier, tackled by number 4, Elijah Leonard.
Tackled by Leonard to the 32-yard line. A gain of 5 on the play for Lerickers. 2nd and 5.
Lerickers 14 yards on 4 carries now.
2nd down and 5 yards to go with 4:11 to play in this first period. Clock moving quickly here as both teams have kept it on the ground for the majority of this first quarter.
Brought down at the 31-yard line. 2nd and 4, Jays.
2nd down and 5 yards to go. Shotzik takes the snap, hands it off to Christensen, looking for a hole on the right side, stacked up, but falls forward. Down near the 28-yard line. Going to be very close to a first down here, it looks like.
Well, not looking at the far, yeah, I was going to say at the far guy doesn't
gain
look like
of 3 on the play. And it is a 3rd and 2.
I would agree. The near guy was definitely further up to start with.
3rd and 2 here.
Christensen was
4 down territory, and for PORTA 2 yards is not one of those
3rd
things
and 1, Jays.
Insurmountable by any stretch. 3rd down and 2. Christensen lines up with the fullback behind the quarterback. Shotzik will be under center. Single receiver wide to either side. Takes the snap, hands it off to Christensen on the little fullback dive, and he'll dive down to the 25 and up for a first down on a 4-yard pickup by Caden Christensen.
Christensen 22 yards on 5 carries now.
Brought down at the 25.
So another fresh set of downs for the Blue Jays. Trying to get this game tied up and maybe take a lead. 2:54 to play in this first quarter on Central Illinois Sports. Giving some instruction from the sideline is Saki defensive coordinator Paul Petty. You could hear it from here. He wants Clayton Reinhardt to stay low. That defensive end spot. Wishbone formation. They'll pitch it outside this time. Looking for running room is Stroop. Stroop cuts it upfield and is taken down near the 20-yard line. A gain of 5.
14, Jerry Jackson.
Jeremiah Jackson on the stop brings up a 2nd and 5 for the Blue Jays.
5 yards for Stroop. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
These don't have a ton of plays, so they end up with negative yardage, John.
Yeah. Very nearly a hold on that far end, but let go at just the right moment, I guess.
2nd down and 5 yards to go from the Saki 20. The Blue Jays have fumbled twice today, once recovered by Pittsfield. Once the Blue Jays did get it back right before that 4th down play that then had a roughing the passer penalty to keep this drive alive. 2nd and 5. Shotseek's in the pistol. Takes the snap. Hands it off to the deep back Christensen. This time not going to have much there as he's wrapped up, taken down near the 21-yard line. And on the initial hit for the Sockies, looks like Braxton Forshee. To the 21, a loss of a yard, and this will bring up a 3rd and 6. If you remember right, when the Sockies played Porta last year, Forshee
1 yard loss on the
and
play.
Cook were key in the second half on the defensive side of that game as freshmen last year. Now playing it as sophomores on a 3rd and 6. 1 minute and 20 seconds to play in this first quarter.
Sorry.
Try not to
caught the microphone on the edge of the camera, Ray.
Bust the eardrums. Shotseek under center. Overload on the right side. They'll hand it off to Christensen, looking for a hole up the middle. Fighting for yardage, stretches out, and they'll call him down. The referee now has hurt himself, John, over here. I think he just
tore an ACL?
It kind of looked like it.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Down to the 15-yard line, a gain of 6 yards on the play, and it's 1st and 10.
Christensen with 27 yards on 7 carries now. Yeah, this sideline judge is injured.
Pittsfield's going to call a timeout with 49.5 seconds to play in the first. We'll pause as well. Pittsfield leads Porta 6-0.
Seed selection is one of the important decisions required to achieve yield goals. Logan Agri-Service represents top seed lines in the industry like Lewis Hybrids, Stein Seed, and AgriGold, and focuses on products developed to meet or exceed our customers' expectations. Sit down with one of our experienced local seed experts who will work with you to help select top-producing corn hybrids and soybean varieties tailored for your specific soils and fertility levels. Or visit us online at loganag.com. Logan Agri-Service, serving agriculture since 1962.
Well, after the Saki timeout, that'll be a 1st and 10 for Porta from the Pittsfield 15-yard line. 49.5 seconds to play in the opening quarter.
Artwork that will benefit the local VFW.
Saki's first timeout of the afternoon.
I think he might have found a hole along the side there, Charlie. That's what it kind of maybe indicated, yeah.
So watch for that hole. You can twist an ankle in there. He's still kind of ginger on that left foot. Shotseek, the quarterback. Under center with the wishbone behind him. Single receiver split out wide to the right-hand side. Takes the snap, hands it off to Stroop. Stroop looking for running room, has a big gain, slung down near the 6-yard line. A gain of 9, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 1 from the Saki 6.
9 yards for
Stroop. 9 yards on 2 carries now. Excuse me, 14 yards on 2 carries now.
6-yard line.
Porta knocking on the door here with 27 seconds to play in the first. They do not have to run another play before the quarter break, and it appears that they will attempt to score going the other direction to start the second quarter instead. After a period of football action, it's Pittsfield 6, Porta AC knocking on the door when we come back.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
After a quarter of action here, it's 6-0 Pittsfield on top of Porta AC on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. But Porta's got the ball, 2nd down and a yard to go from the Pittsfield 6.
Ball at the 6-yard line, 2nd and 1, Blue Jays.
Trying to tie this game up and take their first lead of the day are the Blue Jays. They will come out in the wishbone. Quarterback Shotseek under center, pitches it outside. Lariker's looking for the corner. Sakis are going to take him down to the backfield on a big tackle by Eli Leonard.
42, Declan Lariker's the ball carrier. Brought down by 4, Elijah Leonard.
Where are they going to mark the ball as...
They're going to mark the ball all the way back where he went down, it looked like. Oh, that was not what the man
all the way
ended
back
up doing.
to the 11-yard line. A loss of 5 on the play, and it brings up a 3rd down and 6. 3rd down and 6 yards to go, just underway in the second period.
The far line judge had come all the way back to the...
They're calling it even the 7, so call it 3rd and 7 here. Or the 12.
12, uh-huh.
Yeah, you know what I meant.
Yeah.
Loss of
9 seconds
on the
play clock.
Ball the 13-yard
Now they break the huddle with
line.
5. Going to be in a hurry again here. Shot seeking the pistol, and PORTA wants a timeout here as they were in the waning seconds of the play clock. And the Blue Jays are going to whistle their first timeout of the afternoon. They'll have it 3rd down and 7 yards to go deep in Saki territory when we come back.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. The road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
Timeout taken by the Jays as the play clock was running out. They'll have it 3rd and 7 yards to go here. 11 minutes, 10 seconds to play in the first.
Charlie, I'm going to make a bold prediction. They will run the football here.
All right. Hey, check out Bowler's Universe. They're open until midnight tonight, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday, Fridays until midnight. They offer many menu items. It's always a good time at Bowler's Universe in Pittsfield.
They're 0 for 1 passing, and that pass should have gotten the Sakis off the field, but the roughing the passer did that.
Wishbone formation here. They can get a first down before getting a touchdown. They'll pitch it out to Christensen. He's looking for the corner. Connor Allen turns it back in, and he's taken down by Peterbo. He's going to be tackled back near the 13-yard line, a loss of 2 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 4th down and nearly 10. Call it a 4th and 9.
No gain on the play. Sets up 4th and 8. Blue Jays.
So a big play here. Pittsfield's defense trying to hold strong. They got to stop on the 4th down play the previous time, but they were called for a penalty, so we've got to be smart on that side of things here as well.
Christensen, a nice runner, probably not the kind of runner that you're going to get a lot of quality runs outside like that where you're pitching the ball and not having him run forward. He's the kind of guy that wants to run over top of
Single receiver to the right side. 2 backs in the backfield behind the quarterback, Shotseek. He puts Christensen in motion to the right. Back to pass is Shotseek. Looking for something on the screen, set up inside, but sniffed down nicely by Basakis as Owen Shaw comes up on the stop. And it'll be a turnover on downs as he's taken down at the 15-yard line. Caught there by Mitchell Horn. And they'll lose 2 yards on the play, and Pittsfield will take over 1st and 10 on their own 15-yard line. So a big stop by the Pittsfield defense there as it looked like PORTA was destined to score. Instead, the Sakis take over 1st and 10 at their own 15 with 10:10 to play in the first half. PORTA had that ball from the 8:27 mark of the first until right now. It's a long time, almost a whole quarter. Petty in the gun. He'll hand it off to Yelliot, and he's slung down in the backfield by Christensen. As nobody blocked him, it'll bring up a 2nd down and long here. He loses back to the 11-yard line, loss of 4. Gets a 2nd down and 14. So 2nd down, 14 yards to go.
Christensen's definitely a guy that you want to know where he is on the field all the time.
That should block him. 9:45 and counting in the first half. Petty stands 6 yards deep in the shotgun. He's back to pass. Looking for Allen. Has him there. 15-yard line. Turns it up at the 20. 25 breaks a tackle all the way up near the 30-yard line. A pickup on the play of 19 yards and a 1st and 10 for the Sakis. And now we have a whistle. And they're trying to get the ball marked. All right.
18 yards. Petty to Allen.
Either way, it's a 1st and 10.
1st and 10, Pittsfield.
9:19 to play in the half. Saki's out of the shadow of their own goalpost now. Petty calls for the hard count. Doesn't
Almost
get anybody to jump there. 2 receivers left, 2 men to the right. Connor Allen with a couple of big catches today. They'll hand it off to McKee. Looking for running room. Has a hole on this side. Cuts it back to the hole. And it's going to be up near the 33-yard line. A gain of 3. Call it a 2nd and 7 yards to go here. So a 2nd down and 7 yards to go for the Sockies.
4-yard
They're up to the line
play.
quickly here.
2nd and 6,
Pinnock
Sockies.
and Leonard split to the left. That's Jackson way out to the left, I guess. Allen and Leonard on this side. They'll hand it off. That's a hold. Mowen going to get called for a hold here. So
48, Jason
McKee's run got him up to the 37-yard line, going to be called back.
Penalty will be holding against the Sockies.
Penalty flag lies at about the 36-yard line. That'll move it back to the 26. So it'll be a 2nd down and 14 by my estimation.
They're going to take it all the way back to the 25, so it's an 11-yard penalty.
Replay, 2nd down.
Still looks like 2nd and 14 to me.
It does.
That line could be crooked across there.
It might be. No guarantees.
2nd down, 14 yards to go. 8:11 to play in the half. Petty in the gun once again. He takes the snap, is back to pass, looking for a quick hitter to Jackson on the left side. Has blockers out in front. Breaks a tackle up on his feet across the 40 to the 41, and another Pittsfield first down on a 16-yard catch and scamper by Jeremiah Jackson.
Tackle made by 24, Gatlin Service.
So the Sockies getting the passing game going here.
15 yards on the play, ball at
and
the
move the ball up
line. 1st and 10
to their own
Pittsfield.
41. Leading 6-0 on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Petty in the shotgun once again here. Puts Moore in motion. They fake the end around, give it to Elliott. He's got nowhere to go as...
There's no blocking on that side right now.
Yeah, Ethan Thompson had two guys come right at him that time. He was doing his best to take him on, but he got shoved back into the ball carrier near the 37-yard line. A loss of 4 on the play. And it brings up a 2nd down and 14.
5-yard loss on the play. 2nd and 15, Pittsfield.
2nd down, 14 yards to go. Pittsfield's been in this situation a couple of times so far in this game. It's not one of those things you want to continually find yourselves in. Trip left. They'll put Moore in motion now from the left to right. Petty goes back to pass, looking for Allen once again. He's got the catch. And they're slow to whistle here. Going to get forward progress up near the 41-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play. And bring up a 3rd and 10.
Allen with 29 yards receiving on 3 catches today. Petty's 4 for 4 for 45.
They're down and a little over 10 yards to go with just about 6 minutes and 25 seconds left in this first half. Trips right this time. Jackson's the single receiver on the left. And Pittsfield trying to get the play call in here. 10 seconds on the play clock. Now 5 as they call the line set. Petty takes the snap. He's back to pass. Has pressure, hits it to Elliott, but it's sniffed out nicely by the defender this time in Tobin Taraski, and on the stop, Elliott catches it but loses back to the 36-yard line. A loss of 5 on the play. And this will bring up a 4th down and 15. So Taraski on a big play there. Stayed home with the running back and did not allow the screen to develop, and it's a 4th and 15. Sockies will have to punt. Back to receive the kick, we see Gatlin Service. And also, that's a good question. Can't see the other man's number. And of course, he's going to be the one to try to take it on the round, but he fumbles. The ball's loose in Pittsfield. Ooh, that was a scramble for it. And we'll say it is PORTA ball.
Punt was fumbled.
Ball was fumbled, but PORTA able to get back on it at their 40-yard line, and that's where they'll take over 1st and 10. 5 minutes, 29 seconds to play in this first half. And PORTA with the football back at their 40-yard line here.
Fumble was recovered.
Nearly
at the Blue Jay 40-yard
another
line.
turnover
1st
on a
and 10,
fumble.
Blue Jays.
It's not a wet day, so just have to have better ball security for both of these squads.
Hit him in the hands, and he started to go down, and the ball was just rolling away.
First and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Porta took nearly 12 minutes off the game clock already in this first half, but have come up with no score so far. Now Christensen has a head of steam
off to number 10,
across the 45 to the 46-yard line. A gain of 6 on the play, and we'll call it a second down and 4 yards to go. Big hole on the left side this time for the Blue Jays.
Jason McKee.
Christensen 31 yards on 9 carries.
Second and 4.
6 yards for Christensen.
5:07 left in this first half. Time of possession definitely in Porta's favor. Saki's now bringing 5 guys up on the defensive front. They'll hand it off again to Christensen. This time he meets McKee.
Hand off to
Cordell
McKee.
He'll take him down after a gain up to the 48-yard line. Another 2-yard pickup. And this will bring up a third down.
Initial contact by 67, Cordell McKee.
Cordell McKee's just a sophomore. He and
2 yards
Forshee
for Christensen. 3rd and 2,
on that
Blue
defensive
Jays.
front, along with Tracer Mowen. Looks like Cook is playing a linebacker spot right now, as Connor Allen's out on the defensive side. 3rd down and 2 here. Quick snap. They'll hand it off to Christensen. Has the first down across midfield. Taken down near the Saki 48-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play. And that'll bring up a first and 10 for Porta AC.
37 yards on 11 carries now for Caden Christensen.
He definitely is the workhorse of this offense.
Christensen was brought down at the Saki 47-yard line. 1st and 10, Blue Jays.
Ball at the 48 with 3:50 left in the first half. Think about it is, if you can keep it to minimal runs like that, 3-4 yards, you might not give up a score here before the first half. Christensen now is going to take the carry, running along the left
Hand
side.
off to Christensen.
Taken down inside the 45 to the 44-yard line, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6.
Tackles made by 58, Owen Shaw.
Thank you, Mr. Announcer.
McKee going to come out as Edwards back in on the defensive side now.
2nd and 6, Blue Jays.
Jason McKee coming out this time.
Yep, Allen's also back in defensively, so they're just doing a little rotation.
We will honor our
at
7th and 8th grade JFL teams
linebacker spot
at the end of halftime, so stick around for that.
3:07 to play in this first half. Still a 6-0 Pittsfield advantage on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Shatzik under center, takes the snap, hands it off to Christensen, running right. Breaks a couple of tackles, still on his feet. Peterbowl will finally drag him down, but not before he picks him up for a first down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 9 and a first and 10 for the Jays.
Christensen that time with a nice straight arm, and really
was brought down by 5.
threw a man off of him and was able to continue going up.
First and 10 for the Blue Jays.
Shotzik fell down trying to come and get the play. He's going to have to hustle to get it in and get the huddle broke.
They do break the huddle pretty quick and get set to the line. They'll have 9 seconds on the play clock as he
he literally fell down.
sets up. They do a direct snap now.
Bryson Shostak on the keeper.
To Shotzik, and he'll take it to the 31. Gain of 4. Brings up a 2nd and 6.
Tackle by 58, Owen Shaw.
Shaw again in on the stop from the linebacker
Shostak
spot.
brought down at the 31-yard line.
Porta has taken
2nd and 6, Blue Jays.
one timeout so far today.
One timeout. Each team's taken one timeout so far in this first half.
1:55 to play in the half. They'll hand it off again to Christensen, looking for a hole on the left-hand side. He'll spin forward near the 27-yard line, a gain of 4. And this will bring up a 3rd down and 2. Now there is a little...
I think everybody was just kind of tangled into one another that time.
Blow the whistle and get everybody to roll off the pile here.
Well, the ball, one of the Sakis actually had the ball to end that set of plays there.
3rd down and 2. Clock still moving at the 1:20 mark of this second quarter. Now some quick switching in the backfield. They'll hand it off to Christensen along the left-hand side. A lot of bodies there. He's still fighting for yards. He'll be down to the 25-yard line, a gain of 2. It's going to be close to a first down, and they will say he has the first down.
Timeout on the field taken by the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays will call a timeout. Looks to be close enough that you...
109, I think, to go.
Looks to be close enough you weren't just going to eyeball it, but must not be from the angle that's a little closer to the action down on the field. Oh, we have a timeout. I remind you about Real Men Twine, located just north of Pittsfield, across from the airport, your local headquarters for concrete and lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, benches, and there's lots of great things to offer for you at Real Men Twine. Stop by and see Smiling Rick Reel or Tracy. She's got a smile on her face as well most of the time, but don't make her mad because she might take you out, John. I'd be afraid of her.
Be afraid, be very afraid.
Be more afraid of Tracy than Rick, and that's no cut on Rick.
Yeah. Illinois has scored a field goal. They're up 9.
25, 50-13, Real Men Twine.
There we go. Do you think they have any Fighting Illini statues, Charlie?
They might. If not, they could make you one probably.
I bet they can. Could probably get a mold and make you something nice.
So PORTA comes out of the timeout here. They have a fresh set of downs at the Pittsfield 24-yard line is where they ended up spotting the ball here. With 1:09 to play in the half. They will hand it off to the deep back this time, looking for room is Larrickers.
Hand off to 42, Declan Larrickers.
To the 19-yard line he goes for a gain of 5. 2nd and 5. Quick to the line are the Jays.
Larrickers brought down at the 19-yard line.
They'll hand it off to Christensen. Christensen hitting the backfield. Penalty flag flies in. This is going to be a hold. We're going to get our first hold of the game against the Blue Jays here, as the official will tell us all about it in a moment. Christensen took it to the 19, so no gain on the play.
We're going to take it back 10 from there, I'd say.
What are they saying? The referee tells us it's an illegal shift against the Blue Jays, so 5-yard penalty.
Legal motion against the Blue Jays.
It's their first penalty, 5 yards.
That'll move it back to the 24 and make it 2nd and 10. One timeout left for the Blue Jays in this first half.
Penalty moves the ball to the 24.
2nd and 10 from the 24, 47.4 seconds. That clock should be moving, and it is.
I don't know why it wasn't running that whole time there. As soon as the ball was...
Offensive penalty does not stop a clock. Shotzik under center. In the double wing this time. He hands it off to the deep back. That's Larrickers. Breaks a tackle in the backfield. Still on his feet. No, it's not Larrickers. That's Stroop. And he'll be taken down.
Stroop, the ball carrier.
Near the 11-yard line. Caught the 10. A gain of 14 on the play. And he gets out of bounds, so it's 1st and goal from the 10.
How many yards there for Stroop?
14.
Thank you.
27.8 seconds to play in the half. Pittsfield, I believe.
They've got 2 timeouts.
Well, PORTA's going to call
their last
timeout. You surprised by that?
Timeout on the field taken by the Blue Jays.
They have plenty of time. They're only at the 10.
So PORTA calls their last timeout of the
half. We'll have entertainment from the Marching Jays and the Dancing Jays, and we'll also announce
maybe 2 plays here if they keep it on the ground, which would tell you maybe they'll try to go to the air possibly. What do you think?
They've attempted 2 throws. One was well incomplete and only positive because of a roughing the passer penalty. The other was for negative 2 yards. I don't think passing is their forte.
Moose Lodge 420. Hey, check them out for their Friday meals at Moose Lodge 420 in Pittsfield. New specials each week. The food's hot, the drinks are cold at Moose Lodge 420.
I would have kept the timeout and been able to run the ball a couple more times probably.
Pittsfield was going to call a timeout there, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right. Pittsfield still has a couple.
So PORTA's out of timeouts now. So if they don't score
1st and goal,
here, they've got to get to the line quickly. 27.8 seconds to play in the half. Shotziek's in the shotgun. He is back to pass. Looking to his right on a little flood pattern. Has a man in the end zone. Incomplete. And they'll call pass interference here.
Pass intended. Cameron McCoy falls incomplete. There are flags
so it'll be half the
play.
distance to the goal. Going to be 1st and goal from the 5 now.
Just say I disagree with that call. I thought it was pretty well covered.
So they'll put it at the 5-yard line with 23.3 seconds to play in the half. Clock stops with a defensive penalty here. Shotzik brings the play in from the sideline.
Pass interference was the call.
Thank you.
Half the distance of the goal.
You're a little late there, sir.
1st and goal from the 5 for the Blue
Under center is Shotzik. Knocking on the door here. They hand it off to Christensen. Big hole right side. He's close to the goal line, and he is down at the 1. A gain of 4 here. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1. PORTA doesn't have a timeout. They're slow off the pile here. 10 seconds to play in the half. Now 7-6. Shotseek under center. Takes the snap. Grounds it with 2.6 seconds to play in the quarter.
So it'll be 4th down.
Third down. It's 1st and goal from the 5.
Oh, I'm
Second
sorry.
and goal from the 1. So
it'll be 3rd down. I'm sorry.
Pittsfield now calls a timeout.
Timeout on the field taken.
Which is one of those situations where you probably want to call the timeout to talk to your defense, but at the same time it gives PORTA a chance to talk about the play they want to run here.
Yeah, they got one play here.
6-0 Pittsfield. They scored with 8:33 to play in the first quarter. They have only had, let's see, 2 possessions in the first half.
Correct.
As PORTA has chewed up a ton of clock here.
Yeah, they're in almost 12 minutes off the clock in their first set of plays, I believe, did they not? They got the ball after that touchdown and then held the ball.
That was almost an entire
Have a
quarter.
timeout of 3rd and goal, Blue Jays.
3rd and goal from the 1. 2.6 seconds to play in the half. I think it might be safe to say, barring a penalty, this could be the final play. Shotseek takes the snap, hands it to Christensen. He's in for the score. Caden Christensen right over the left guard, brings it in and ties this game at 6 points apiece. So 6-all here. And will the Blue Jays go for 2? I would think so with the style of offense they run. They would be a pretty good 2-point conversion team. They're well set up for it. A lot of plays that gain 3 yards.
State Farm agent Ty Turk will donate to the Blue Jay Football Fund. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Under center is Shotseek trying to get the lead here. Takes the snap, hands it to Christensen, left side. He's caught there and taken down by Edwards.
Christensen is stopped on a 2-point conversion. And at the half,
it'll be a 6-all tie.
The ball game is tied up. Pittsfield Sockies 6, PORTA AC Blue Jays 6.
We take you to the Little Jess Motors halftime show. It's the Pittsfield Sockies and the PORTA AC Blue Jays tied at 6 at the break. Back with more after this.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
Hey guys, it's James and Todd coming at you from Jersey's here. Hey, and it is a beautiful day outside.
Catch all the action at Jersey's in Camp Point. Fresh, made-to-order sandwiches, wraps, horseshoes. Check out our brisket bacon burger, our Nashville hot chicken. Enjoy an afternoon on the patio or catch a game on one of our 7 TVs. Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday at 7 o'clock.
Todd, you got some beer for us?
Hey, you know what? It's time for that segment.
We love beer!
Ice cold draft beer, unmatched craft selection, and signature drinks. Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, your hometown sports bar.
From our trucks to their lunch trays, to your local hospital, to your favorite pub, and to your kitchen table. For more than 60 years, Dot Foods and Dot Transportation have been stocking the shelves of your hometown. Sure, we've grown a lot. But at our core, we're still small-town, family-run businesses that care about our communities and the people who keep us running. Join the Dot family today and be part of something bigger.
Welcome back to the Little Jess Motors halftime show. It is a 6-all tie between the Pittsfield Sockies and the PORTA AC Blue Jays here at the halftime break. Halftime stats are brought to you in part by Waters Concrete. Tim Waters offers quality concrete for your new builds, driveways, sidewalks, decorative patios, anything with concrete. It's Waters Concrete, ready to serve you. 309-252-1052. Well, both teams scored a single touchdown in the first half of play. Pittsfield scored at the 8:33 mark of the first quarter on a 37-yard run around the end by McKelvey Moore. The kick after was well short, and it was 6-0 Sockies. PORTA scored as time expired in the first half. Christensen on a 2-yard run, the 2-point try no good, And the game is tied at 6 points apiece. Both teams, as we told you in the pregame, winless on the season. Porta's lost 22 straight games in varsity football action. Pittsfield on an 8-game losing streak of their own. So both teams really fighting hard for the victory here this afternoon. And tell you, Camp Point Central is up 48-0 on North Green with 6 minutes left in the first half of their contest this afternoon. Here it is, tied at 6 points apiece between the Sockies and the Blue Jays. John has a look at the rest of your halftime stats after this.
This is Alexis, nurse practitioner.
This is Dr. John Olson. He is the best neurosurgeon.
Well, I paid her to say that.
However.
Many of the patients that Alexis sees, we talk about that day, and we're able to collaborate real time on the patients.
Having another provider that's not a surgeon work with the surgeon, I think you get the best of both worlds. If you have any neck or back pain, come see us in the Spine Center.
For the past 4 years, I've had the honor of serving our community as the Pike County Clerk and Recorder. Within those years, I have completed the first ever internal payroll audit in Pike County history, increased revenue with the recording department with implementation of record availability, and administered and or written over $3.75 million in grant monies. I would appreciate your support to continue this progress, and please vote Roseberry on November 8th.
Paid for by the Pike County Republican Central Committee.
Wish you had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Did you know that Prairie Land FS doesn't just sell seed? They treat it and box it right here at one of their local facilities, then deliver it to your farm or fields. Growers trust Prairie Land FS to deliver top-performing crop protection products that promise the best performance before, during, and after the growing season. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice.
It's the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Game is knotted at 6 points apiece between the Pittsfield Sockies and the Porta AC Blue Jays. And with all of your halftime stats here at the halftime break is John.
First for the Pittsfield Sockies, they finished first half with 4 first downs. Their leading rusher was 37 yards by McKelvey Moore, all on that touchdown run on the jet sweep around the far end. Jason McKee with 19 yards on 3 carries, negative 6 yards on 3 carries for Lane Elliott to total out to 50 rushing yards in the first half of play. Quarterback Javen Petty is 5 for 5 passing for 100% for 40 yards. Passes completed to Connor Allen, 29 yards on 3 receptions. Jeremiah Jackson, 16 yards on 1 catch. And Lane Elliott had 1 catch for negative 5 yards. Sockies have been called for 35 yards in penalties on 3 called penalties in the first half. So 50 rushing yards, 40 passing yards, 90 total yards of offense in the first half of play for the Pittsfield Sockies. For the Port AC Blue Jays, they had 7 first downs in the first half. Their leading rusher is their fullback, Caden Christensen. He had 62 yards on 17 carries, 28 yards on 3 carries for Hunter Stroop, 14 yards on 6 carries for Declan Lurakers, and 3 yards on 2 carries for quarterback Bryson Shotzik to a total 107 rushing yards. Shotzik is 1 for 3 passing for 33% for negative 2 yards. That 1 catch coming to Mitchell Horn.
What's their total, John?
I'm sorry, I forgot. 107 rushing yards, negative 2 passing yards, 105 total yards of offense.
It is all knotted up just like it was when the game started here this afternoon. We'll talk more on the Little Jess Motors halftime show after this on Central Illinois Sports.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times, and Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
If your job situation is changing because of layoffs or restructuring, you may have to make several decisions. One important decision may be what to do with your retirement plan. Make sure your retirement stays on track. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, can help. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC. For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
Here at Mountain Dew, it's easy to tell who really loves the outdoors. For one thing, there's the rack on your car and the hitch on the back of your truck. There's your garage full of toys, from dirt bikes to wakeboards. And there's your cooler full of Mountain Dew, always at the ready. Because when it's time to get out there, climb into your deer stand or your fishing boat, a cooler of ice-cold Mountain Dew, that's as important a piece of outdoor gear as your spinning rod or your four-wheeler. Mountain Dew. Get out and do.
PCRE Real Estate and Auction is your #1 resource for buying or selling real estate in West Central Illinois. With 2 office locations, one in Pike County and the other in Calhoun County, PCRE Real Estate and Auction is the place to go when you're looking to buy or sell farmland, recreational and hunting land, residential or commercial property. See our current listings at PCRERealestate.com or call us at 217-285-5800 for PCRE Real Estate and Auction.
Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours On You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois. Helena Agra of Camp Point, Illinois is a proud sponsor of the broadcast of Camp Point Central football. For all your seed, fertilizer, and ag chemical needs, the experts at Helena Agra, Brian Obert, Dustin Roskamp, are the guys to call. Let them show you the best seed, fertilizer, and ag chemicals to make your farming operation a success. Call 217-593-7761. That's 217-593-7761 for Helena Agra. Helena Agra says, go Panthers!
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Game is tied at 6 points apiece between the Pittsfield Sockies and the PORTA AC Blue Jays. The PORTA band, small but mighty group. They
have a nice sound.
Yeah, they really have done a nice job here today. Played before the game and now here at halftime. And a lot of things that it's kind of interesting how the Springfield area has changed over the years. John, PORTA used to get a lot of kids. There was, parents would work in that Springfield area. Now it's kind of spread out. You saw Pleasant Plains have a pretty dominant run of getting some, better athletes, especially move in there. And now it's kind of spread out between Williamsville and Athens and North Mac. And there's just a lot of options for those parents these days. And it's like a competition. You see some construction going on here at the school at PORTA. And now they're playing this banger over the sound system as well. Thank goodness. That didn't last very long, but
evidently that wasn't the right song for the dance team.
Please welcome the game.
They're going to welcome first before they do that. But what I'm saying is this PORTA squad or this PORTA program has taken a little bit of a hit as far as the football program goes. At one time, one of the better football programs in this part of the state. And I like the numbers that they have out right now. 31 freshmen trying to turn some things in the right direction, and they're tied at 6 right now, trying to break a 22-game losing streak here this afternoon as they and the Sockies battle it out. We'll pause for a break so you don't have to listen to this noise that's going to come over the speakers in a moment, and we'll talk more with you after this.
Hi, this is Clint Weir.
As a law enforcement officer, you trust me every day to fight for justice and seek the truth. You trust me to serve your family and your friends with compassion and understanding. And most importantly, you trust me to lead Pike County with grace and dignity. Now I'm asking you to trust me once again. My little brother, Gage, is running for Pike County Treasurer. As Treasurer, Gage will continue to fight for transparency and fairness to ensure that Pike County continues to be the best place to live and raise a family. You put your trust in me to serve my community. Now I'm asking you to trust my little brother, Gage Weir, to continue a legacy of quality and excellence. Vote Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer this November.
Paid for by Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer.
Illini Community Hospital is committed to providing high-quality specialty care close to home. We are pleased to welcome Dr. William Severino, urologist, and Dr. Mark Mount, ear, nose, and throat physician, to the consulting physician clinic team at the Castile Center. Specialty care is also provided for orthopedics, cardiology, podiatry, obstetrics, oncology, and more. Learn more by visiting IlliniHospital.org or call 217-285-2113, extension 3950 to schedule an appointment.
The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517. Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com. Call Best Systems Builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full-service insulation contractor offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate, or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show on Central Illinois Sports. Pittsfield and Port AC are tied at 6 points apiece at the halftime
28,
break.
Grant Withers.
Introducing the
Number 58,
youngsters
Joey
here
Rebbe.
for PORTA from their youth football
Number
teams.
63,
And,
Will Kerrigan.
they had some success. They actually said
66,
that
Nathan
the
Sadoff.
lightweights finished runner-up, second place.
Number 75, Sawyer
Usually what runner-up
Arnett.
means.
Same thing.
And the
Number
their,
77,
heavyweights won the Super Bowl.
I actually think they said the 7th graders and the 8th graders, so I'm wondering if they just play 7th and 8th here, Charlie.
Lights and heavyweights, but hey, you see some success at those younger levels, though, John. Those kids get used to winning a little bit, and that's how you can turn a program around.
And Aaron Phil
Certainly is, and I wonder if they run this same style of offense, that foot-to-foot, running it out of the wishbone and run over top of you kind of thing.
And now for the 8th grade.
Yeah, I don't know.
JFL Super Bowl
It's definitely
champs.
not what you call the most exciting style of football,
Number
but
7,
I mean,
Wayne McAnally.
you kind of look at it and go, I mean, Don Kemp won a lot of games
Number
doing
10,
it at Triopia.
Tommy Smith.
You know, you can say, well, that was a long time ago now, but
Number 14,
if you have the
Joshua
right type of
Carr.
athletes and the right type of blockers here,
16, DJ Johnson.
you can make it work still, I think, in 2022.
They put in their
Number 20,
blockers.
Drew Carter.
Yeah, it does
That
make
was the key.
Does make a
20,
difference.
Lucas
PORTA
McCoy.
scored right at the end of the first half. They'll get the ball to start the second half.
21,
They did take
Deacon
a
Stroop.
20-minute halftime, and then I'm sure they'll add
22,
3 more
Lucas
minutes on,
Kinney.
so we're still about an hour and 10 minutes
24,
away from
Bryce
the second half
Davis.
starting, it feels like. But both teams should have
Number
plenty of
25,
times to
Ian Hines.
make some adjustments before the second half does
Number
start.
28, William O'Brien.
And, you know, John, for the Sockies, a couple of
Number
plays stand
33,
out in that
Max
first half.
Gibbs.
Obviously, the roughing the passer
Number
penalty
44, Marky George.
is one that proved to be big.
Number
And then
50,
when
Matthew
PORTA
Watson.
fumbled the ball on the punt return and the Sockies didn't
Number 50,
recover,
Brock
both of those
Banning.
could have been big-time plays where they would have had
Number
possessions
78,
back in
Ian
on their
Yoakum.
side.
Yeah, I think if the Sockies
88,
get that fumbled
Ashton
punt,
Clark.
then PORTA doesn't
And
score
number
and Sockies are up
99,
6-0
Jaden
here, but
8th graders are coached
you know,
by Jeff
if
Giannoni
it's some butts
and
for Canadian
Carlos
nuts, right?
Perry.
That's right. Can't tell you, Illinois is beating Minnesota 26-14 with 3:22 to play in that contest. So the Illini trying to keep their fine season moving along. And they're really kind of a couple of possessions away against Indiana from being undefeated on the year. Who would have thunk it?
They're running a really boring offense where they run the ball and run the ball and run the ball and
got a guy like Chase
run the
Brown.
ball.
Got a guy like Chase Brown. I think he's got 38 carries on the day for 160 plus yards.
As I said, somebody asked me last week. They said, "Well, what class is he?" I said, "It doesn't matter what class he is. He's going to be in the draft class. That's the only class that matters to him right now."
Yeah, good athlete there, and of course his brother plays on the defensive side as well. So fun things to see the Illini back with some winning ways in Champaign. Here it's tied at 6. PORTA and Pittsfield will have second half action next on Central Illinois Sports.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
I am Shelley Brinicke. I'm a lifelong resident of Pike County. Pike County is a part of me, and I am distressed by the serious clerical and financial issues of the county right now. These clerical issues affect all county residents. It will take transparent communication and hard work to solve them. As county clerk, I would research, learn, and know the duties of the office. I'm conscientious, meticulous, and dedicated. I believe Pike County deserves the best in their elected officials, and that best can only come from a servant heart. Vote Shelley Brinicke for Pike County Clerk.
Paid for by Shelley Brinicke for Pike County Clerk.
Hey, West Central Illinois, are you looking for a great deal on a vehicle? Well, at Westtown Ford, we have a lot full of vehicles. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. We've got them all, and a lot of them at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. The road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
When choosing internet and Wi-Fi service to meet your family's education needs, it pays to do your homework. You'll learn that Cascom, with fast, reliable speeds up to 1 gig, powered by whole home adaptive Wi-Fi, is the right choice. School has changed, and so should your internet. Contact Cascom and upgrade to the internet speed and whole home Wi-Fi your family needs.
Well, just about ready to start the second half of action here. Pittsfield will be kicking off. If you're wondering, the referee who stepped in a hole looks to be okay, but they've added some yellow caution rope down there now.
They're going to add 3 minutes for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, a 20-minute halftime wasn't long enough, so how about 23 minutes? Both teams standing on the sideline ready to go. Like, what does the 3 minutes do for me here?
Charlie, what happened in the Sangamo last night? Anything fun and exciting?
A lot of blowouts. Williamsville won big. Maroa won big. Athens won their game fairly handily.
Nothing exciting. Okay, well.
No, there really weren't a lot of close games across the state last night. I know North Mac suffered their first loss of the season. They lost to Pana last night. I think 41-24 maybe was the final, or 41-21. So Pana's got a nice squad again this year. And the North Mac team had been undefeated on their season.
In that new conference?
And I mean, they have a nice team. They had a nice team last year, I thought, that had a lot of guys
the
returning.
The winning ticket for the raffle was 353-612. 353-612.
353-612 if you got a raffle ticket. You're the winner.
I do know that the sound system is turned up loud enough that people in Pittsfield are actually hearing it as an echo. They hear it over the internet first, and then they hear it a moment later as an echo from the speakers.
Bounces off the bluff. Well, as we told you, they're just about ready to kick this one off in the second half.
Fighting Illini 26, Minnesota Golden Gophers 14. 3 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the fourth.
Cook has it teed up, ready to kick it off. Back deep for the Blue Jays. Christensen and also Gatlin Service, who we about lost one of the coaches. Buffalo right through that hole.
Service back to receive for the Blue Jays.
There's a big step. Comes up to the top of the press box. And it's really not nice to have people standing on it, but a big step on the last step of that ladder. And it's claimed a few good men over there over the years.
I don't think the fence on the side would help you either.
Here's Cook on the kickoff. It's a line drive kick going to be taken by Service at about the 16-yard line. 20-25 is hit now and going to be taken down up near the 30.
Slow whistle.
32-yard line, and that's where PORTA will start 1st and 10 at their own 32.
16-yard return from Service.
11:52 to play in the third quarter. Congratulations to Pittsfield Mayor Gary Mendenhall on winning the raffle today.
Did he really?
Yeah, it won the PORTA art piece.
Won the PORTA art piece?
Congratulations, Gary.
I'm sure he's excited.
That'll look good in the Madison Street Pub, I'm sure. All right, the Blue Jays, who scored on their last drive of the first half, have the ball here to start the second half of play. 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line, and a game that is knotted at 6 points apiece on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. The quarterback, Bryson Shatzik, is under center. He takes the snap, hands it off to the deep back here. This is Stroop. Stroop is going to be taken down after a short gain. Gain a couple on the play, brings up a 2nd and 8 from the 34.
Stroop with 30 yards on 4 carries now.
He kind of got free for a big one late in the first half that helped set up that scoring drive.
He did.
2nd and 8 here. What did you say the time of possession difference was in this game, John?
PORTA had the ball for just a little over 15 minutes of that first half. 15 of the 24. So it would have been, what, a 15-9, somewhere in there?
Kind of what they're trying to do.
I'd say they're trying to do it even worse than that, actually.
Shatzik under center, hands it off again to the deep back. This time the man on his feet is going to go for a touchdown. At the 25-20, Jackson trying to chase him down from behind, and he will, but not before he gets in for the score. That is Larrickers on the run. Declan Larrickers from 66 yards. He scores the touchdown and makes it 12-6 Blue Jays. So PORTA on top for the first time this afternoon as they get a big play there, which is not something they've been accustomed to. The fans, a nice crowd on hand here today, by the way, for the PORTA AC squad.
The Blue Jays will line up for a 2-point conversion.
The fans really excited about that run, as they should be. It's a lead for the Blue Jays for the first time this afternoon. And
Carly, is the time 10:55 or 10:44?
10:59, actually.
59, okay, I can't see
Snap
it.
back, Christensen on the 2-point try. He is in for 2. Makes it 14-6. PORTA on top of Pittsfield. The back with you after this.
Did you know that PCRE Real Estate and Auction now offers a full-service auction alternative? Farmland, residential real estate, commercial real estate, estates, guns, antiques, farm equipment, and commercial equipment are a few examples that the experienced auction team is ready to assist you with. Our team can make the auction experience less stressful and smooth. Check out our next auctions at our new auction location at 500 Piper Lane in Pittsfield, or call 217-430-2985 and speak with Jason Duke to learn more.
$10:59 to play in the third. PORTA on top now on the Trucks LLC scoreboard by a 14-6 count on a 66-yard run by Declan Larrickers. A 2-play drive that started at their own 32. And not to worry about time of possession on that one. It's about 53 seconds.
Sakis need to come out with a response now.
If I'm PORTA, I'm onside kicking here.
I think they will. Their only kickoff attempt of the game was an onside. It hit Jesse Davidsmeyer in the pads and bounced off of him, and they got the ball back.
Number 20, McKelvey Moore. Number 5, Matthew Edwards. And number
back
27,
deep
Lane
to
Foster back
take
for
the
the
kick
Sockies.
here from
67, Isaac Espenschied to kick off for the Blue Jays.
Isaac Espenschied, I-S-A-A-K. Isaac Espenschied, E-S-P-E-N-S-C-H-I-E-D. If you'd like to buy a vowel. He'll put his boot into this one. It's headed out of bounds and will go out of bounds around the 33.
Kickoff, sails out of bounds.
And Pittsfield will, looks like, take the penalty.
Take the ball on the 35.
Well, it depends on where they mark it out of bounds. It might be 5 yards from there.
That's true.
The referee said, hey, do you want to make him re-kick? Pittsfield says no. Nope, we don't.
Okay, guys, let's set the ball.
Final score from
38
Champaign.
yard line.
Illinois Fighting Illini 26. Minnesota Golden Gophers 14.
10:59 to play in this third period. 1st and 10 for the Sockies from their own 38-yard line.
Illinois is bowl eligible.
Petty in the shotgun. Puts Pinnock in motion. Hands it to him on the end-around play. Needs to turn it up. Dives forward now.
12,
across
Justin
the 40
Pinnock
to the 41
on the sweep.
Yard line. Gain of 3 on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 7.
Pinnock brought down at the 41-yard line.
2nd down and 7 yards to go here.
7, Pittsfield.
For the Sockies. Petty is back to pass, looking for Allen. Allen's got the catch, turns it up the field. Taken down out of bounds.
To number 6, Connor Allen.
But they'll run the clock up near the 46-yard line. Gain of 5. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 2. So 3rd and 2 to go here.
Clock's still running.
Yep, they didn't stop it. He went out of bounds.
5 yards on the play.
I formation now. The running back
3rd and 3, Sockies.
Is at the 38. The ball is being snapped from the 45. And shockingly, this play does not pick up enough yardage. A 1-yard gain.
And off is the number 40.
To Elliott.
Lane Elliott.
And it'll bring up a 4th down and 1.
Tackle made by 13, Hunter Stroop. 21, Dane Giannoni.
Too deep to start.
And he was the fullback. I mean, there was a running back behind him.
They're going to go for it here.
It was 10 yards
Ball
off the line.
47-yard line.
4th and a yard.
Pittsfield.
This could be the game. 9:37 to play in the 3rd. Petty takes the snap, keeps it himself. Looks like he has it from my vantage point.
Number 2, Javen Petty on the keeper.
And he does. He'll get the ball up to the 49, a gain of 2 on the play, and bring up a 1st and 10.
Keeper is good for a Socky 1st down.
Petty's first carry. Start right behind the line. You don't have to run as far.
1st and 10 from their own 49.
1st and 10, Pittsfield from their own 49.
Just when you need, a yard, why start 7 yards back? Run 9 to gain 2. I don't know. Petty's in the gun here. He's back to pass. Looking left, looking downfield for Jackson. Jackson behind the man. He has it in and out of his hands, but a penalty flag flies. This will be pass
Petty's
interference.
pass is
absolutely
incomplete, intended for Jerry Jackson. There is a flag at the end of the play.
So
he was being held the whole way.
The referee will
Is
let
there-
us know the
Is there defensive holding in high school football?
Against the Blue Jays.
about hit the umpire, right?
They did. It's not a spot foul. It doesn't matter where the flag is, guys.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. They'll put the ball down at the 36-yard line, and that's where the Sockies will have it. 1st and 10 from the Blue Jay 36.
After the penalty ball at the Blue Jay 36-yard line, 1st and 10.
9:04 to
Sockies.
play in the 3rd. 2 receivers to the right, a single man to the left-hand side. Sockies will run it with Elliott. He breaks the initial tackle,
Hand
but
off to number
just
40,
a very
Lane
short
Elliott.
gain of the 35. Single yard gain, 2nd and 9.
Elliott with negative
1 yard
4
gain.
yards on 5 carries now.
For Elliott, 2nd and 9, Pittsfield.
2nd down, 9 yards to go. Under 9 minutes to play in the 3rd period as the Sockies look to the sideline for the play call. See if they want to go to the air here, look for Connor Allen again. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Blue Jays show blitz. Petty takes the snap. Back to pass, looking for Leonard. He's got it. Leonard breaks a tackle now, slides forward and out the 1st down.
Petty's pass is complete
To the
for Elijah Leonard.
22-yard line, a gain of 13 on the play, and a 1st and 10 once again. Good read by Petty and little run pass option play there.
Leonard was brought down at the Blue Jay 22-yard line.
1st and 10 from the Blue Jay 22. 7 minutes, 59 seconds to play in the 3rd. PORTA's on top 14-6 as it stands right now. Petty puts Allen in motion from the right to the left. He takes the snap. He'll hand it off to McKee, looking for running room on the left side. Very short gain to the 20-yard line before he's taken down here. Gain of 2.
48,
2nd
Jason
and 8.
McKee, the ball carrier Brought down by 50, Tobin Taraski.
Taraski in on the step.
2-yard gain on the play, 2nd and 8.
As the wind picks up a little bit, and it's feeling a little cooler.
It is. I may have to put the coat back on.
A cool wind coming out of the southwest. You see that very much. Petty's now going to be under center. High formation way deep in the backfield. He'll pitch it outside for McKee. McKee's got a blocker. He, now they're going to be called for a
Pitch
hold.
to 48, Jason McKee. There's a flag at the end of the play.
It'll be a hold. First penalty of the second half. 45 yards on 4 called penalties against the Sakis now. I was going to say, I don't know why he threw the flag so far up.
Penalty is a hold against the Sakis.
Referee's got an arm. So from the 20, they'll move it back to the 30. And it'll be 2nd and 18. Play just took too long to develop.
Yeah.
Penalty brings the ball to the 30-yard line.
2nd down, 18 yards to go here. 7:07 to play in the third. Clock should be running. Now they get a false start. Or Pittsfield thinks maybe they drew the man off sides. Let's see what the referee will tell us. It is going to
Porta
be...
thinks they drew the man off sides too.
Penalties offsides against the Blue Jays.
5-yard
penalty takes the ball.
It'll be a 2nd and 13 now.
Blue Jays called for 3 penalties for 20 yards now.
Wind really whipping across things here. Petty's back to pass, looking deep, downfield, looking for Leonard. Leonard catches it for the score with
Touchdown.
the defender right in his kitchen.
Pittsfield.
He makes the catch on a 25-yard touchdown
25-yard touchdown pass from number 2,
from
Javen
Petty to Leonard.
To number 4, Elijah Leonard.
And now Porter will call a timeout before the 2-point try. It is a
timeout taken.
14-12 game at the moment. Porter took the timeout.
Timeout taken by the Blue Jays.
Thank you. And it gives us an opportunity to tell you about Illini Express, here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. Open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every Monday through Saturday. You'll find Illini Express on the south side of the square in Pittsfield. Learn more about the services they have to offer at IlliniHospital.org. 2-point try coming up here for the Sakis. Gotta go under center here, right? And bring that eye up toward the line more. Right? I'm not the only one that thinks that might be a good idea.
Petty hasn't thrown an incompletion on the day on his 8 attempts.
Yeah, that's true. You're just gonna get a lot of pressure, I think, right up the middle right here.
I think you're right. Gonna be tight.
Around the eye, the ball is at the 3. The fullback is at the 9 and the halfback's at the 11. They'll turn and send Petty out. He's got Allen. Allen's got the catch, but he's shy at the goal line as the man makes the tackle.
Is no good.
So he makes the completion, but is tackled at the 1, and Porta maintains the lead, 14-12, with 6:54 to play in the third as you watch high school football on Central Illinois Sports.
Did you know that PCRE Real Estate and Auction now offers a full-service auction alternative? Farmland, residential real estate, commercial real estate, estates, guns, antiques, farm equipment, and commercial equipment are a few examples that the experienced auction team is ready to assist you with. Our team can make the auction experience less stressful and smooth. Check out our next auctions at our new auction location at 500 Piper Lane in Pittsfield, or call 217-430-2985 and speak with Jason Duke to learn more.
.6:54 to play in the third. And it is a lead for Porta still, a 2-point advantage, as the Sakis scored but missed the 2-point try.
Charlie, I'd kick the ball into this big giant hole in the middle of Porta's kickoff return.
And the Sakis will attempt to do that, but it's going to be taken by one of the up men. He'll dive for in pretty good field position here for Porta up at the 44-yard line.
Kickoff return by 21, Dane Giannoni.
That was returned by
Giannoni, I believe he said.
Dane Giannoni, a sophomore.
For some reason, they gained an extra yard there.
1st and 10 for the Blue Jays from their own 44-yard line with 6:50 to play in the third. 14-12, the Blue Jay advantage on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. This is one of the times they're hoping to eat up some clock.
Giannoni was brought down at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10, Blue Jays.
She was on like a 10-second delay. Shotzick will be under center, and the wishbone behind him. He'll hand it off to the first back. That's Christensen. He's fighting for yardage. Sakis have him stood up, trying to strip the ball out.
Hand off the 10.
He'll get forward progress to the 41, a gain of 2 on the, or the 46, excuse me, a gain of 2 on the play. Brings up a 2nd down and 8.
If I was Christensen, I think I'd probably go to those officials and be like, hey, I need you to blow the whistle a little quicker there, buddy. They're going to try to strip the ball.
2nd and 8, Blue Jays.
Oh, he's got pretty good hand strength, it looks like.
Yeah. I still don't like it if I were Porta right now.
2nd down and 8. Blue Jays going to eat some time off the clock here. Up 14-12. Very methodical approach. Single receiver to the right-hand side. 10 seconds on the play clock. Shotzick sets up under center. Takes the snap. Hands it off to the second back through on the left-hand side. That is Stroop. He's tackled in Saki territory at the 48-yard line. A pickup of 6 yards.
Stroop on the carry.
And this brings up a 3rd down and 2.
Stroop with 36 yards on 5 carries now.
Stroop brought down at the Saki 48.
So a 3rd down and 2 yards to go from the Saki 48 with 5 minutes, 37 seconds. The clock ticking down in this 3rd period. Somebody said it was a big play.
Yeah.
They're not wrong. Under center is the quarterback. He is going to hand it off to Christensen. He stood up but drives his legs. See if they see where they mark him. If they mark him there, that'll be at the 38 and bring up 48 and bring up 4th
Initial
down.
contact by 51
So
Tucker.
no gain on the play, and it's 4th down.
1 yard gain for Christensen. 4th and 1, Blue Jays.
So the Blue Jays look to go for it here, it appears.
I would punt.
Maybe probably pretty confident you think Christensen could pick up a yard. Has he picked up less than a yard many times today?
He just had none. He's also had 1 run for -2 back in the first half.
Shotzick under center. He'll hand it off to Christensen. Left-hand side hit, but escapes out of the backfield. He's got the 1st down as he's taken down near the 44-yard line. A gain of 4. Needed 2 and a 1st and 10. First down, 10 yards to go.
3-yard gain for Christensen.
From the 44-yard
line
of Pittsfield. And the clock rolling here with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the 3rd period. Blue Jays on top 14-12 on Pittsfield.
And driving.
Shotzi, the quarterback, in the pistol now. He'll hand it off on the right-hand side. Lariker's looking for some running room and doesn't find any. He'll be taken down near the 44-yard line. No gain on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 10.
Tracer Moen.
Lariker 88 yards on 8 carries now.
2nd and 10 here.
1 yard loss on the play. Sets up 2nd and 11.
They even moved it back a half
they
yard.
Did. Yeah. Not a very generous spot, was it?
No. 2nd and almost 11 yards now. 3 minutes, 28 seconds to play in the 3rd. Shotzick under center. Takes the snap, hands it off to Christensen. Christensen trying to spin out of the pile.
I believe Stroop was the running back that time, Charlie.
Thank you, John. He gets it down near the 41, we'll call it. 3-yard gain. And brings up a 3rd down and 7. It's a long 7,
4-yard carry for Stroop. Yep. Takes the ball to the Saki 41
3rd and 7 here. Under 3 minutes to play in the 3rd.
3rd and 7, Blue Jays.
Shots are going to come to the sideline for the play call now.
He's got to hurry. 15 seconds.
15 seconds on the play clock. He gets back to the huddle with 10 seconds on the play clock. You want to get it and go here if you're Porta. They hustle up to the line with 5. Single receiver right. Shotzick in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it to Christensen deep in the backfield. He gets it down to the 40-yard line, a gain of 1. And this will bring up a 4th down and 6 from the 40. Now, I can tell you right now, I'd punt the ball.
Porta's passed the ball 3 times for -2 yards.
Why would you not punt it?
Yeah.
You get it down inside the 10. I mean, Pittsfield's not been a team that's been able to sustain a long offensive drive like that many times this season.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you punt it here? I mean, the difference between giving them the ball at the 10 or 15-yard line and giving the ball up maybe at the 40 or 37, 38-yard line is huge in a game like this. 1:55 to play in the third. You got to watch for the hard count here, of course. Shotzik will be under center. He barks out the signals. Look to the hard count. Now he's back under center again, takes the snap. He'll hand it off to the deep man, and he stood up in the backfield.
I believe it was Laracres.
Yep. Back to the 41. Loses a yard on the play, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Pittsfield from their own 41-yard line. All I'm saying is, John,
football is not that complicated.
I know nothing about coaching football. I couldn't call plays. I wouldn't do anything. I just want to be the person that's like, no, don't go for it, you stupid, punt it. What do you think you should do here? Punt the damn ball. That's what I think you should do here.
Sockies get the ball on their own 40.
Take over at their own 40-yard line. 1st and 10. Pittsfield.
You're the preventer of dumb calls.
Yeah, I'm going to keep you from losing 22 games in a row, okay? We're going to punt. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Javen Petty hands the ball off to Elliott. Looking for a room on the right side. Puts his shoulder down, runs through the man, makes a little something out of really nothing there. Gain of 2 on the play. Up to the 43, brings up a 2nd down and 8.
Elliott working toward positive yardage here.
See Clayton Reinhardt come in to play an offensive tackle now as Mowen goes out, probably just trying to get him a little blow. He's been on the field a lot today on both sides. 2nd and 8 with 1:10 and counting in the third. 2 receivers wide to either side, Petty in the gun. Takes the snap, back to pass, looking right, has it to Allen again. Allen's got the 1st down and more across midfield, and they'll say that he's out of bounds right near the 40.
Petty's pass complete to
40, where are you going to put him, boys? 49-yard line. A gain on the play of 8 yards and a 1st and 10. That's on
Allen was knocked out of bounds at the 49-yard line. 1st and 10, Pittsfield.
Knocked out of bounds. Clock keeps running. 44 seconds to play in the third. Here's a handoff that's, well, doesn't go very far, does it? Backwards. Going to lose 2 yards on the play, does McKee. Back to their own 49 goes the Sockies.
48, Jason McKee,
and
the ball
2nd
carrier
and
brought
12.
down by 40, Cam Smith.
14 seconds to play in the third. That'll be the final play of the third period here. We head to the fourth. It's PORTA AC on top of Pittsfield by a score of 14-12. Sockies have it 2nd and 12 to start the fourth when we come back.
It's time to say Pepsi, please, at your local county market. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market, your best value for delicious drinks to get ready for every game. Stop by your local county market to pick up your favorite Pepsi products today. Stock up for your next family get-together. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market for the best price around on all your Pepsi products. You love them and they've got them at County Market. Stop by today and say Pepsi. It's time to say Pepsi. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC.
We're ready to start the fourth quarter. It's 2nd and 12 for Pittsfield from their own 49-yard line. Yeah, boys, you got to flip around.
PORTA was going to go the wrong way. If they choose to stay over there, I mean...
The whole team would be offside.
Yeah.
2nd and 12, Pittsfield from their own 49-yard line.
It's a free play.
PORTA on top. Ready to start the final quarter. They put Allen in motion. They're going to fake the end-around play. A little botched handoff, but Elliott's got it. Running to the right. Spins forward. And dives up to the 41-yard line. A pickup of
10 yards?
9 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a third and about 3 here.
Elliott with 7 yards now on 7 carries.
3rd and 3. maybe
Ball
closer
to
to 2.
41-yard line.
To the 41-yard line of PORTA is where they put it down.
Sockies.
It's closer to 3rd and 2, definitely, isn't it? Now they
It
run
is.
a running back on late in McKee. Petty will be under center. Takes a snap. Hands it off to Elliott, and he does not have enough for the first down. In fact, he gets back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. It'll be 4th and 2 now.
Play. Sets up 4th and 1.
Got to get up and try the hard count first.
I sure thought he got to the 40 there, but...
No, his knee went down early.
Okay, yeah.
Saki's up on the ball here. Big play in this game, under 11 minutes left. 4th and 1.5 yards from the 41. Petty will be under center. Calls for the hard count.
The man jumped, but did not jump. Nope,
yep, he did
jump.
Off sides. Nope. Timeout taken by Pittsfield.
By the Sockies.
10:47 left in this game. Pittsfield calls their first time out of the second half. They draw by 2. An important 4th down play coming up when we come back.
For the past 4 years, I've had the honor of serving our community as the Pike County Clerk and Recorder. Within those years, I have completed the first ever internal payroll audit in Pike County history, increased revenue with the recording department with implementation of record availability, and administered and or written over $3.75 million in grant monies. I would appreciate your support to continue this progress, and please vote Roseberry on November 8th.
Paid for by the Pike County Republican Central Committee.
After the Pittsfield timeout, they'll have the ball 4th and 1.5 yards from the PORTA 41-yard line. 10:47 to play in the 4th. Trailing by a 14-12 count. Still try to go hard count here.
Out of timeout.
I agree.
4th and 1, Pittsfield.
25-second play clock has not started yet. Now it will, so you got a time to be under center and try to. Running backs are still too deep. Petty takes the snap. He'll pitch it outside. Man's going to have the first down in McKee. He's tackled by Yelliot.
This is the 48, Jason McKee.
Yelliot came in to try to push him forward, and McKee's probably like, what was that? That was Yelliot hitting him right in the ribs from behind. Gets to the 32-yard line, gains
McKee.
9, and a first down.
28 yards on 6 carries now for McKee. 10th first down.
Tackle credit on the play to Lane Yelliot. 10:30 and counting to this 4th quarter. Fresh set of downs at the PORTA 32-yard line. That wind is cool now.
It is.
They put Moore in motion. They'll hand it to him on the end-around play. McKelvey Moore looking for running room out in front. Turns it upfield at the 20. Taken out inside the 20 near the
Number 20, McKelvey Moore
17-yard line. A pickup of 15 yards and another 1st and 10. They call that the John Hull play.
He's got 52 yards on 2 carries today on that play. PORTA's got an injured player down.
And they'll come and take a look at him for a moment. Gives us a chance to remind you about Real Met Twine, located just north of Pittsfield, across from the airport. Your
Moore was brought down.
Local headquarters for concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, benches, and much, much more. Stop by and see them or call 217-285-5013. It's the Real family at Real Met Twine.
Looks like he was maybe trying to stretch out his neck there.
Maybe a little bit of a situation where he went with his head down a little bit, maybe.
Uh-huh.
1st and 10 now from the PORTA 17. 10:15 left. Pittsfield down by 2, 14-12 on the Trucks LLC scoreboard.
Lead with your face mask, not the top of your head, right?
Petty in the shotgun. He takes the snap. Going to pitch it outside. That might have been a hold, not called. Ball carrier takes is Elliott inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A gain of 8 on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 2. Now another whistle as another PORTA player injured here. So they've had injuries on consecutive plays.
He hopped up, though. I don't think he's even going to want to come out if he doesn't have. Well, maybe he's going to. Yeah, he's got to come out.
Never doubting injuries happen, but is it peculiar that in a situation like this you have had injuries on back-to-back plays? In the NFL, they fake them all the time. 2nd and 2.
The soccer leagues, they fake them every day.
Yeah.
They'll fight to get off the stretcher.
Petty in the shotgun, takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Yelliott, running right. Stretches out down near the 5.
40 Lane Yelliott.
It'll be a 1st down on a gain of 4 and 1st and goal from the 5.
Yelliott 19 yards on 10 carries.
So 1st and goal from the 5-yard line with 9:28 and counting in this 4th quarter. A drive that started at their own 41 when PORTA turned it over on downs. In a situation that, if you remember right, John, I said they should have punted. And now PORTA will call a timeout, which is their 2nd of the second half.
Is it their second? I only had them for their first, but you could be right.
Didn't they call a timeout on the 2-point try by Pittsfield earlier?
They
Yes.
did, you're correct.
I thought so. Timeout here. 9:21 left. Pittsfield first and goal from the 5 when we come back.
When I'm driving in my car with my family, I've got 2 kids and a wife, and 4 of us are driving a car, we literally get excited when we see a DOT truck. It's actually a sense of pride.
Why I would encourage anyone to work at DOT. We take care of each other.
The company continues to grow and expand.
That to me is what brings me to work every day and that I enjoy.
Diversity, culture, family, all of those things. If you want them, you should be at DOT.
$9:21 left. Pittsfield the first and goal from the 5 of PORTA AC Central. Petty in the shotgun on this first and goal to go play. Stands at the 10. He takes the snap, hands it off to Elliott. Elliott gallivants forward.
He hopped over a guy there,
Inside the 5 to the 3. A gain of 2. It'll bring up a second and goal from the 3.
40. Lane Elliott, the ball carrier.
He hop.
2
Just
yards
like that.
play.
He hopped.
Ball the Blue Jays.
Second and goal from the 3-yard line. Under 9 to play. Now Petty's under center. The I formation behind him. A little closer than they have been. Takes a snap, hands it to Elliott. Met at the line of scrimmage.
Give is the 40 Lane Elliott.
He gains a yard on the play to the 2. It'll be third and goal now from the 2.
Run it again. As long as he can dive over and get that 1 yard again, he's got the touchdown.
Well, 2. Needs 2 yards.
Oh, excuse me, 2.
Sweetheart.
Okay, well, there you go.
Elliott down at the 3-yard line. Third and goal.
Third and goal from the
Pittsfield.
2-yard line. They'll put Helms out as the receiver to the right-hand side. 18 seconds on the play clock as Petty gets the play from the sideline here. I formation, Petty under center. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Elliott. Right side, stretches in, and he is in for the score. 8 minutes,
Touchdown, Pittsfield.
11 seconds to play, and
2-yard
Lane
touchdown run
Elliott
for 40.
takes it in
Lane Elliott.
from 2 yards out to cap off the scoring drive, and the Sockies lead 18-14. Now the 2-point try is very important here.
Is that 8:11, Charlie?
That is 8 minutes, 11 seconds left. Big 2-point conversion
Pittsfield
coming up
lines
right
for
here.
the 2-point conversion.
8:11 left. Leading 18-14 on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Petty in the shotgun. Trips left. He'll throw it to Jackson. Pitches it back to
Oh, he never got it.
McKee. I think Jackson
2-point
got caught it in
conversion
this
is no
random
good.
field.
I thought so too.
Get 2 blockers down in front. Sockies try to get a little tricky there, and it does not pay off here. So the 2-point try is no good, and the score remains just a 4-point game. 18-14. Still 8:11 left. Back with you after this.
Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family.
8:11 to play. 18-14. Pittsfield has the advantage.
24 Gatlin service back.
On the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Trucks.
The Blue Jays.
922-0044 for all of your diesel repair needs. It's Trucks. TRUX. Cook has it teed up from the 40-yard line. PORTA has Christensen and company back deep. Cook will put a little pooch over the middle toward the opening spot there. Service will pick it up at the 30. Breaks the tackle there, still on his feet, trying to spin away. Stretches up near the 30.
24 Gatlin service on the return.
And that 10 from their own 33-yard line. With
service brought down by number 4, Elijah Leonard.
4 left in the ballgame.
And number 20, McKelvey Moore.
Pike County Express, your local family-owned newspaper. They've been serving Pike County since 1991.
Ball at the Blue Jays.
Check them out each Wednesday on a newsstand near you. First down, 10 yards to go.
They've got 1 timeout, do the Blue Jays. Sockies have 2.
Blue Jays are looking for another one of those big plays like they got in the first half. Now they're
well, to start the second half.
Start the second
Lurkers,
half.
With that 66-yard run.
Wishbone formation. Shotzik under center. He going to try to keep it himself. Peterbow turns it back in. Might have got a handful of face masks, and he did. This is going to be a 15-yard.
There's a flag down.
15-yard variety, I believe, as he kind of grabbed a hold of the face masks and slung them around.
So Shotzik got no gain there.
Let's see if it's a 5 or a 15. Referee tells us it's a personal foul, 15-yard face mask.
Face mask against the Saukeys.
So that'll move it up to the 48-yard line and be a 1st and 10 for the Blue Jays.
That's an aggressive penalty. I don't hate that. He was just trying to get a hold of whatever he could there.
Yeah, really, Peterbow's in the right spot.
Yep.
And the man kind of sidestepped right at the end.
15-yard penalty takes the ball.
And he just got a handful of face masks. 1st and 10 now from the 40.
1st and 10, Blue Jays.
So what you're saying is actually you should make that sidestep illegal, right?
No.
Puts himself in danger.
Takes a snap, hands it out to Christensen. Christensen looking for running room left side. He's into Pittsfield territory as he is down to the 48-yard line. Pick up a 4 on the play.
Jason McKee.
And brings up a 2nd down and 6.
Christensen 73 yards on 22 carries now.
2nd down and
5-yard gain
6 yards to go
2nd
here.
and 5, Blue Jays.
From the 48-yard line. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left in the ballgame. Clock keeps on moving. Under center is Shotzik. Power backfield. Christensen forward for a gain of a couple near the 47-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain, in fact.
1-yard gain for Christensen.
And that'll bring up a 3rd down. And
3rd and 4.
Just shy of 5 yards to go here. I think this is a 4-down situation because it was the last time they got in about this spot. Under 7 minutes to play. First you have to think snap count if you're at Pittsfield.
Yep, watch the ball.
Tucker Cook up there playing the nose right now. Right over the top of the football. Shotzik takes the snap, hands it off to the deep back. This is Service. Service looking for running room. He's down near the 45.
Service. Tackle made by
2
40
on the
Lane
play,
Elliott.
and it brings up a 4th down and 2 here.
Service brought down at the 45-yard
so
line.
4th and 2 from the 45 with 6 minutes, 20 seconds
4th
left in the
and
ball
2,
game.
Blue Jays.
Another one of those situations where you're trying to watch the ball here to make sure you don't get drawn off sides. By the time the Blue Jays snap this ball, there will be under 6 minutes left in the contest. Shotzik under center. Full house backfield. Takes the snap, hands it out to the deep back. Christensen fumbles the ball, and it's recovered by Cook. Recovered by Cook at the 50-yard line. And the Saukeys have gotten the turnover here. And now Tracer Mowen involved in a brouhaha with a player from PORTA. The ball was already recovered, but Mowen draws the ire, as does Edwards now. And everybody just needs to shut up and walk away at this point. There's another one as Edwards is going to get one. The Saukeys just can't get out of their own way. They just cannot get out of their own way. Too much stupid things. Stupid. There are more penalty flags on the field than there were the entire night at Riverton last year, and if you remember that game, that's a lot. Literally every official on the field but one has thrown a flag, and I believe all of them are going to be against Pittsfield. They're going to have the ball, but this ball could be back at the 10-yard line.
They're all going to be dead ball fouls. The Saukeys recovered the fumble on, what about the 47, 48-yard line of PORTA?
It's just ridiculous. You made the play. It's a football game. You made the football play.
So shut up and move on.
Walk away. Just not smart stuff. Gotta be, especially as guys that are juniors, gotta be more heady than that. Referee's talking a lot about this, and
it will not surprise me if people are ejected. You don't have to call 2 penalties to eject someone.
All right,
you can eject them right away.
This referee tells us dead ball. Personal foul. So those two offset. Then an unsportsmanlike against Pittsfield. So there's 2 personal fouls, 1 against both teams. Those offset, and then Pittsfield has the unsportsmanlike conduct
against the Blue Jays and the Sockies.
That moves it back to the 35. So that was the play on Edwards right at the end.
It is
so Pittsfield gets the ball because of the fumble recovery.
They were lucky all of those weren't against them.
Yes, I would agree. 5:55 left.
Pittsfield will take over at their own 35-yard line. 1st and 10. Sockies.
5:55 left, and Porta's got 1 timeout. From their own 35 is Pittsfield here. He's gotta be better in that area in the game. Just have to be. For your teammates, you have to be better. Petty's in the shotgun, puts Connor Allen in motion. He's going to pitch it outside to Elliott. Got some running room, now bounces it outside across the 40, 45. 1st down and more, up to the 49-yard line. Good seal block on the outside by Clayton Reinhardt, who's playing that left tackle now, all the way to the 49, a 14-yard gain and a 1st and 10.
14 yards for McKee to the Blue
That was
Jays.
definitely Elliott there.
Saki 49.
Yes.
Not McKee.
1st and
That was
10,
Elliott.
Pittsfield.
Nice job by Reinhardt, who's in for Malin to pick up that personal foul call, so he's sitting out right at the moment. And Reinhardt did his job. That's the thing when you have depth in numbers is there's always somebody to come in. Well, you always got to be at your best. 2 receivers wide to either side, Petty in the shotgun. Stands 6 yards deep. Fakes the handoff, now gets it to Pinnock, whose legs kind of slip out from under him right at the 50.
Petty's pass is
He
complete
caught one
to
of those
number
holes
12,
like the
Justin Pinnock.
referee did earlier, a 1-yard pickup, and it's 2nd and 9.
1 yard on the play.
2nd down and
Sockies.
9 yards to go.
Yeah, there wasn't anybody close to him there. He just found a slick spot or a hole for sure. Did Pinnock.
Clock counting down with 4:48 left in this game. Sockies can run the play clock most of the way down here on each play. 2nd and 9 from the 50. 9 seconds on the play clock. Petty puts Moore in motion. He'll hand it to him on the end-around play. He makes the man miss from behind, gets a block out in front, and is taken down near the Porta 46-yard line.
The carrier,
a gain of
4.
4.
13 Hunter Stroop.
And this brings up a 3rd and 5.
Moore with
4
56 yards on
Moore.
3 carries now.
3rd and 5.
So
Pittsfield.
3rd down and 5 yards to go. Pittsfield snaps this ball. There'll be under 4 minutes left. Elliott out of the game as McKee is in. And I think Pittsfield's going to call a timeout, but they're going to let some clock run off, I would say, here first. Still 15,
all of it.
Yeah, still 15 seconds on the play clock. Now 10. And they're going to make sure they have the personnel they want in the game right here in the game. 2, 1, timeout. With 3:48 left.
By the Sockies.
So the Sockies will have it 3rd down and 5 yards to go. 3:45 left. Back with you after this.
Hi, I'm Gage Weir, and I'm running for Pike County Treasurer. Just like our Sockies and Wolves football under the Friday Night Lights, it's time to get our head in the game this November. As your treasurer, I will ensure to hit high marks of success, and I will not pass an opportunity to help keep Pike County affordable for all of us who call it home. As a lifelong resident of Pike County, I know the importance of dedicated and faithful elected officials who work tirelessly for Pike County. That is why we must break through the line of inefficiency and ensure transparency between government and the people it serves. Let's tackle Pike County's fiscal responsibility together. Don't fumble your vote. Vote Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer this upcoming November.
Paid for by Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer.
Pittsfield with a 3rd down and 5 yards to go from the Porta 46-yard line, leading 18-14, 3:48 left. Trips left, single receiver to the right. Petty in the shotgun with McKee standing behind him about 7 yards deep in the backfield. They'll put Moore in motion. Petty is going to pass it out to Jackson. Jackson's got the 1st down and more. Breaks away and he's going to go 20, 15, 10, 5, and a touchdown for Jerry Jackson with 3:39 to play.
46-yard touchdown
making
pass
it
for number
24-14.
to number 14, Jerry Jackson.
Jackson on the catch and run from 46 yards out, making it a 10-point score with just 3:39 left.
46, okay. I'm sorry. I was marking it as a 36.
46-yard score by the senior
Thank you.
Jackson. And the 2-point try coming up here.
Sockies line up for the 2-point conversion.
Petty will be under center with the I formation behind him. Takes the snap. He is back to pass, rolling out to his right. Looking back at the end zone, and it is tipped. Peterborough, the intended receiver, but the ball was tipped by the defensive back, so the two-point try is no good. 24-14 is the score, though. Pittsfield on top with 3:39 to play in the contest.
When you think of fall, what comes to mind besides pumpkins, honey, and football? How about fertilizer? Studies show more than 1/3 of your crop's yield is determined by fertilizer alone. Studies also show as much as 40% potassium and 30% phosphate gets tied up in stalks and residue, as well as high clay content. Nutrient Ag Solutions recommends Titan, which is an innovative fertilizer catalyst designed for use with dry fertilizer blends. Titan will keep nutrients from being tied up and increase fertilizer availability in your crop. Titan is a low-cost option to improve crop fertility. Contact your nutrient crop consultant today.
3:39 to play. 24-14 is the Pittsfield advantage on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. As the Sockies started to drive at their own 35 and score on just 4 plays later on a 46-yard reception by Jeremiah Jackson.
Back to receive for the Jays.
Cook has it teed up, ready to kick it off here. Puts his boot in it, kicks it deep. Service will have to go over his head. That ball's going to roll dead inside the 5. Service has to go back and pick it up at the 1. He meets pressure and is taken down by Edwards. Back inside the 5.
On the return, brought down by number 5, Matthew Edwards.
Down near the 3-yard line, it looks like here. Call it the 4. And that's where the Blue Jays start 1st and 10 at their own 4 with 3:34 left.
It's a long road to go.
Down at the Blue Jay 4-yard line. 1st and 10, Blue Jays.
Because 3:34 and 1 timeout left.
Your team that does not pick up big chunks most of the time, and now Pittsfield calls a timeout.
That's their last.
With 3 minutes, 34 seconds left, up 24-14. We'll pause as well on Central Illinois Sports.
Hey, West Central Illinois, are you looking for a great deal on a vehicle? Well, at Westtown Ford, we have a lot full of vehicles. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. We've got them all, and a lot of them at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville.
3 minutes, 34 seconds remaining. 24-14 is the Pittsfield lead, trying to pick up their first win of the year, as is PORTA.
So the Blue Jays are going to pull out this big passing game now, right? They're 1 for 3 for -2 yards passing on the day. They got to pick up big yardage and try to get out of bounds as often as possible.
I'd say at least you're going to try to see some outside runs for sure. They have broken one long run on the day by, was that Stroop or Service?
It was Larrickers for 66 yards on 7 carries there, and after that he's carried the ball 2 times for -1 yard each.
1st and 10 from their own 4-yard line for the Blue Jays. 3:34 left, trailing by 10.
That kick was huge.
Yeah, big time play by Cook, the kicker. Shots under center, hands it off to Christensen. He's met right near the line of scrimmage. Gonna carry it up as the pile falls forward to the 6.
Give him 2.
Handoffs to 10, Caden Christensen.
And in on the stop that time was
2 yards on
Cordell
the play.
McKee, 2-yard pickup.
Blue Jays.
To the 6. 2nd down and 8 yards to go. On 2nd and 8, back to pass, looking downfield, has a man behind the defense, and he goes up and catches it over the top of Edwards.
Shawson's pass complete to 11, Cameron McCoy.
McCoy on the catch, all the way up to the 31-yard line, a 25-yard pickup, and a 1st and 10. Blue Jays with some breathing room now, 3:03 left. Quarterback Shatsik had a big pass play a moment ago. He's in the shotgun right now. See if they want to go to the air again. Puts a man in motion. He is going to pitch it outside now. Ball carrier is Christensen here, I believe.
This is the 13, Hunter Stroop.
Nope, Stroop takes it to the 31. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10, Blue Jays.
Blue Jays up quickly to the line again here with 2:35 and counting. Shatsik again in the shotgun. He goes back to pass. Has pressure. as he makes Elliott miss in the backfield. Now he's going to try to tuck it and run. Has a blocker out in front, and Tarascu lays a big block out there for him. And Shatzik's going to be up near the first down. In fact, he's got it up at the 41-yard line, I believe here. No, they're going to mark him a half a yard short, and it's going to be third down, so a 9-yard pickup. 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1, Blue Jays.
3rd and a yard with 2:13 left. Shatzik this time will set up under center. He takes the snap. That's going to be a false start.
On the play.
He leaned forward as he was trying to get the snap, and the snap came about a half second later, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Move the Blue Jays back to the 35 and bring up a 3rd down and 6.
That makes it a little harder.
Yes.
2:06 to go.
And as soon as that ball's set, the clock should run. 2:05 and counting now. Blue Jays come to the line looking to make something happen on this 3rd and 6. Shatzik under center. Takes the snap, back to pass, looking downfield, and it's picked off this time by Edwards at the 50, and he goes down right there.
Intercepted by number 5, Matthew Edwards.
So Matthew Edwards on the takeaway, and Pittsfield with 1:50 left can just about kneel this one out.
Yeah, the Blue Jays have one timeout, I believe.
And they'll take it right now.
Timeout taken by the Blue Jays. Congratulations to Mike and Tara Landon, the winners of the Student Council raffle to benefit the VFW. Thank you to everyone
They take their last timeout in a situation where the clock is
already stopped. Congratulations to Mike and Tara Landon.
I just don't. I mean, here's the thing. It's going to be one of those situations where it's going to be.
I mean, it doesn't really matter, probably, but
it might. I mean, it might make Pittsfield run one more play with that throwing the ball. Maybe you get a strip and a score. I mean, I know you're down by 10, but what? Why take that timeout here?
As bad as this sounds, when you're not a very good team and you're looking to get better, pretend like it matters right now, right? I mean.
Yep. And everybody's, working hard. I mean, both these programs have, these kids, they all have gone to practice every day, and between the two of them, they're going to end the day with one win. But, yeah, there's a certain trends where you figure out why something's happened. Petty will be under center here.
1st and 10, Pittsfield.
From the 50. First down, 10 yards to go with 1:50 left. He takes a knee. Porta can't stop the clock.
Down by Javen Petty.
And that'll bring up 2nd down here. Yeah, the field 40-second play clock has to start there now, ladies and gentlemen. And Pittsfield's going to pick up their first win on the season. They are home against Riverton next week, who beat this Porta team by a 20-14 score last week. So
pretty similar score.
That could be a highly competitive game at Glenn C. Smithfield next Friday night as well. It is a Friday night matchup. There was some doubt about that at one time, about whether or not it'd be Friday or Saturday, as Petty takes another knee. He'll have to do that, I believe, just one more time here, depending on when the ball is set. And the officials tell us what?
I was going to say, a smart official will say, I've got to talk for a moment here, just a minute. We're going to tell everybody about everything. Okay, the ball is set.
It's 3rd down. Porter didn't have a timeout, so that's what I'm saying. Is you got that one timeout left. It could have been.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know if it's going to be the game, but you could have.
Doesn't probably matter.
Gotten one more possession. Petty takes one more knee. And the 8-game losing streak for the Sockies is snapped
Pittsfield Sockies
as they defeat Porta 24-14. Unfortunately for the Blue Jays, their losing streak increases to 23 games, and they'll look to finish out the season in Week 9, trying to pick up that elusive first victory. We take you to the Illini Community Hospital postgame show, where we'll take a look at final stats and name our Edward Jones Player of the Game, presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Harris. It's next on Central Illinois Sports.
Illini Community Hospital is committed to providing high-quality specialty care close to home. We are pleased to welcome Dr. William Severino, urologist, and Dr. Mark Mount, ear, nose, and throat physician, to the consulting physician clinic team at the Castile Center. Specialty care is also provided for orthopedics, cardiology, podiatry, obstetrics, oncology, and more. Learn more by visiting IlliniHospital.org or call 217-285-2113
extension 3950 to schedule an appointment.
When you think of fall, what comes to mind besides pumpkins, honey, and football? How about fertilizer? Studies show more than 1/3 of your crop's yield is determined by fertilizer alone. Studies also show as much as 40% potassium and 30% phosphate gets tied up in stalks and residue, as well as high clay content. Nutrient Ag Solutions recommends Titan, which is an innovative fertilizer catalyst designed for use with dry fertilizer blends. Titan will keep nutrients from being tied up and increase fertilizer availability in your crop. Titan is a low-cost option to improve crop fertility. Contact your Nutrient Crop Consultant today. Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC has been in business since 1995. Brian Dickut Trucking offers hauling of liquid and dry fertilizer, grain, rock, feed, lime, with local and long-distance hauling. Brian Dickut Trucking is located at 1878 East 2100 Street, Camp Point. Call them at 217-257-8302. That's 257-8302. Long dumps, short dumps, hoppers, and tanks. When you need it hauled, trust the experts at Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC in Camp Point. They deliver. Trucks LLC will be located this fall in the new building at 14 East Industrial Park Drive in Pittsfield. Call 217-922-0044. Diesel repair service offering 24-hour roadside repair, mobile service units, semi-truck and trailers, farm and ag equipment, DOT inspections, hydraulic hose repair, anything diesel, we can come to you along the road in the field or at your shop. It's Trucks. Call 217-922-0044. That's 217-922-0044.
Welcome back on the Illini Community Hospital postgame show. A 24-14 win today for the Pittsfield Sockies over the PORTA AC Blue Jays. Sockies improved to 1-7. PORTA drops to 0-8, and John's going to look at final stats.
First for the PORTA AC Blue Jays, they finished the game with 12 first downs. Their leading rusher, Caden Christensen, 24 carries, 78 yards on 9 carries for Declan Lyrikers, 39 yards on 7 carries for Hunter Stroop, 2 yards on 1 carry for Gatlin Service, and quarterback Bryson Shotzik carried the ball 4 times for 12 yards to total out to 205 rushing yards. Shotzik was 2 of 5 passing with an interception for 40% for 23 yards. Those passes were completed to Cameron McCoy, 1 catch for 25 yards, and Mitchell Horn, -2 yards on 1 reception. So 205 rushing yards, 23 passing yards, 228 total yards of offense for the PORTA AC Blue Jays. They were called 4 or 5 penalties for 40 yards. The Pittsfield Sockies finished the game with 13 first downs. Their leading rusher was 56 yards from McKelvey Moore on 3 carries, 38 yards on 14 carries for Lane Yelliott, 28 yards on 6 carries for Jason McKee, 3 yards on 1 carry for Justin Pennick, -1 yard on 4 carries for Javen Petty, to total out to 124 rushing yards. The Sockies ran 28 rushing plays in the game for 4.4 yards per carry. The quarterback, Javen Petty, was 11 of 11 on the day for 100% for 138 yards. Those passes were completed. Connor Allen, 42 yards on 5 receptions, 62 yards on 2 catches, including a long touchdown to end the game there, basically, by Jeremiah Jackson. -5 yards on 1 catch for Lane Yelliott, 1 yard on 1 reception for Justin Pinnock, and 38 yards on 2 catches, including a touchdown in the second half for Eli Leonard. So 124 rushing yards, 138 passing yards, 264 total yards of offense for the Sockies. They were called for 90 yards in penalties on 7 called penalties on the afternoon.
Time and our player of the game, presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Harris. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, parents, and mentors. Derek Harris, who Edward Jones Financial Advisor, understands this. That's why Derek Harris is a proud sponsor of the player of the game on Central Illinois Sports. And how about the day from young Mr. Javen Petty at the quarterback spot? Hey, let's just call it like it is. Javen's caught some flack as the quarterback this year. Kind of the way it goes sometimes, especially if your name's Petty and you're playing quarterback. You know, there have been a couple that have done it and done it pretty well. And hey, not many of them were 11 of 11 for 138 yards on the day and helped manage the game and win the first game of the season. Javen Petty is our player of the game, presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Harris. That's going to do it from Petersburg, PORTA. For John Hull, I'm Charlie Hull. Thanking you for joining us this afternoon as Pittsfield beats PORTA 24-14. It's another Central Illinois Sports